welcome to Niger Watch. Thank you for joining in our newspaper review today. You know, my name is Iman, and I'm delighted to be your host as always. Thank you for joining in today. Good morning to my people that are watching. Good morning to those in the comment section. And I'm saying good morning to my panelists ahead of time. How are you people doing today? I hope you are well. Well, if you are in Lagos, I hope you stay dry. It's a really raining day in Lagos. I think all through the week it's been raining. I hope you stay dry, you stay warm, and you do the needful. To those that stay in flooded axis in Lagos, I I don't know what to say, but I hope your apartment doesn't get flooded. Do do take all measures, everything you need to to put your house in order against this rainy season. I hope you do the needful. Good morning to Mommy Diaspora. Good morning, Mama Dearest. Thank you very much for the love. You're always sending me love. Thank you. And I always receive them. Thank you, Mama. I receive your love and I'm sending my love right back to you. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining in today. Let me see what else I have here. Guys, please don't forget, Monday to Saturday, our newspaper review is for 10 a.m. Please, Nigerian time, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. Good morning, Father Evangelist, man of God. Good morning to you. Good morning to you too. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining in. In the comment section, you have the link to join the broadcast. If you'd like to be one of the panelists today, please just click on the link and you'll be right here with me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I like the energy today. Please, guys, come on. Keep up with the likes. Keep up with the likes. Please like this broadcast. Keep up with the likes. Thank you. You guys are not making me talk too much today. Thank you for that. Let's let's do better with our likes today. Thank you very much for that, guys. Keep it up. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Like this broadcast. Share this broadcast. Invite someone. Come on. We are one people here. We are one family. We are one family. Sunday Ogbomo says, morning, Mrs. Ima. Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday. I hope you are well. It's a delight to read from you again today. Mr. Kennedy, good morning, sir. Thank you for joining in. Oh, good evening. Oh, good evening. Oh, yes. Good, forgive me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my Ninja Watch family. Good evening, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you for tuning in. Promenade. Oh, he says, good morning, beautiful lady. Thank you very much, Promenade. Thank you. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're well. Thank you. Alaji Sam, good morning to you, sir. Hope you're well. Benson Ode, good morning to you. Yes, I am on Facebook. Osagbovo, good morning to you. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining in today, guys. Please, let's keep up with the likes. Let's keep up with the likes. Let's like this broadcast so that anyone that comes on YouTube and is interested in knowing what is happening in the country, YouTube would recommend this video. That is one of the reasons why your likes are very important for us. Egbon Matthew, Egbon, yes, Egbon Ekarosa, good morning to you. How are you? I hope you are well. Belima, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining in. I have Mr. Ogbonski and Mr. Alotex. Good day to you. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. Mr. Ogbonski, how are you and how is the weekend coming for you? And where are you right now? Oh, you are not driving today. Oh, that's good to see that you're not driving today. Oh, great. How's the weekend coming for you, sir?
Good
Um,
morning,
Mr. Ogonski, your audio is not very sharp. Please, you might want to do something about it. I need you to fix your audio soonest, Mr. Ogonski. I want to have that back to back, feedback from you. It has not been very great for some time now when you tune into my broadcast. So please, Mr. Ogonski, it's an appeal from me to you to fix your audio so that I can, have you here at ease. Okay, Mr. Ogonski, did you get that?
I did.
Okay, thank you. It's good to have you here again, sir. I will get back to you and because of the broadcast. Good day, Mr. Alotex. How are you doing today? Happy weekend to you, sir. Please unmute your mic.
I'm doing okay. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I will get back to you much later. Please mute your mic. Thank you for joining in. Mr. Kennedy, you know it is always a delight to have you on the broadcast, sir. Good evening to you. How are you doing, sir? And how is the weekend coming for you?
Good evening, Mrs. Eman. I'm here, but like I always say, I'll be going to work very soon, but I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you too very much. Okay. Jeko Ibezim is saying good morning, Niger Watch family. And we are saying good morning to you, boss man. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Anagbe Emeka did good morning there and keep the good work. Oh, thank you very much for that compliment. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Emeka. I wish you a wonderful weekend. Hello, brother. Nice. It's good to have you here. How are you doing today, and how is the weekend coming for you, sir?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the weekend is well. And you, I also.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a beautiful Saturday morning over here in Lagos. So it's been raining heavily over
All,
here, but it's good. Everything is good. Thank God. We thank
all
God for
right.
life and cheers to life. Okay, moving on
Yeah.
to business of the day. Our first paper is the Guardian. The Guardian. Guys, please, I'm still appealing to you to do the needful by liking this broadcast, by sharing this broadcast and inviting someone, and also turn on your notification. So for every time Niger Watch comes on live, you'll be notified. Please like this broadcast. Thank you very much for joining in. Yes, yes, we have the Guardian on display right now. Just give me a minute, my people. Okay, Eid El Kabir, IGP orders tight security nationwide. Yes, and this tight security should not just be for this celebration. Even after the celebration, every other day, our place of worship where people gather, please, this energy should keep. They should just keep floating on this energy. Shun violent extremist ideas, Buhari tells Muslims. Yes, that's a good one. But Mr. President, we would like for you to address the entire nation. We would like for you to address the entire nation. This is quite a good piece of advice from our president, saying that shun violent extremist ideas, saying that to the Muslims, not just to the Muslims, every other person. Now that we have so many criminals at large, on the loose, you never can tell who is who. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who is standing at the bus park with you. You don't know who is with you on the aisle. You don't know who is who. So keep your conversations, any kind of conversation that is going religious, political, be very careful you're having that with right now. Governors Tinubu, Saraki seek end to violence. Others. Well, good morning to our leaders. Good morning to them. Looks like they're waking up. Looks like they just woke up. Taraba Police Deputy, Taraba Police deploy 3,500. Osun NSCDC 1,457 personnel. Oh, well done to them. Well done. I hope they are properly armed. NCDC urges adherence to COVID-19 preventive measures. Yes, guys, that is very, very, very important. COVID-19 preventive measures should be implemented in full force. It is coming back like a wave. I think I read somewhere that China has gone on a lockdown again because of this. So please, guys, let's do the needful. The ones that we can do, let's do. Moving on, jailbreak. Fear in Abuja over alleged presence of escapee inmates. You know, it is still I cannot wrap my head around how the allegedly 300 terrorists that attacked, or 300 ISWAP people that attacked the Kuje prison, and it is said that it is reported that they went on foot, they came on foot. So they walked from wherever and they left from wherever on foot, and they were not apprehended. Akwa Ibom APC demands Igini's sack. That's on page 4. I sell each child for 30,000 naira to my father. 22-year-old female kidnapper confesses. Guys, moving on to politics. Obi Baba Ahmed seal LP's presidential ticket. It seems like Peter Obi or Labour Party are the only ones who has their house in order. You see, PDP, what started as a crack in the wall has now escalated into a full building demolition. It has demarcated into, you have the Wike's loyalists that are saying you must drop Okowa and pick Wike. And you have the flag bearer, Tiwa Abubakar, who is saying that it must be Okowa, that he is not changing his mind on Okowa. And there's this, back and forth going on with them. And there's also the APC, who is dancing around the nation, and they are yet to pick a candidate. Which makes sense now, because you see, these people are not picking competence. They are looking for who is going to gather votes for them, which is what we are trying to stop in this country. Which is what we are trying to stop. They're all about the person that would, from the northern side, or at this point, with the way that they are clamoring for Wike to join in, it seems like if Wike joins, and if Wike is going to bring the vote, the news I watched this morning from one of their party members, he was saying that I didn't quite get his name. I would have said his name here, and he was saying that if Wike is going to give them the votes that they want, why not? That they don't have to be enemies, that they are all friends. So apparently, APC, obviously, APC, PDP, they are looking for people that would ensure that, that would give them votes and not credibility. And we are saying no to that. That is what we are saying. That is what even got us here in the first place. We are saying no to that. Please, when you are picking your favorites, pick wisely. Look at the yardstick. Measure the yardstick in which their intentions, and pick wisely, please. This is affecting everybody. If we allow this go on, it is going to get worse than that, as our dear president said, from top to bottom. And another person came out to say that if we don't pick wisely, it is going to be from bottom to underworld. My people, no be swear. If we don't do the needful, we have to, while we are hopeful, while we are praying, we also need to do the needful. As we all know, God has his part, and we have our parts to play. So moving on, please. Boris Johnson's fall, a lesson for Nigerian politicians. Pollution, World Bank's report and tax before Lagos government. Akin Lewis. Akin Lewis is an actor, and he says every actor must learn to save money for the future. This is Morenike Mulehi. She says, marry a man that will allow you fulfill your aspirations. That is key. That is very important. And for the young ladies out there that are yet to pick a life partner, or for the young men that are yet to pick a life partner, pick wisely. Pick wisely. Whoever you end up with, determines how far you go in life, determines where you go in life, and determines the kind of life that you will have. Mr. Machiavelli, thank you for being here. It's good to see you here. Please unmute your mic. I'd like to hear from you, Mr. Machiavelli.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mrs. Iman, and good morning to all the commenters, and also Barika de Sala to all my Muslim friends around the globe, and all to concerned citizens. God bless you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli. I don't know where you have been, and I hope you don't get missing from my screen again. I will pardon you this one time, but next time you get sanctioned. Thank you for joining in. Let me hear what my people over here are saying. I have Perpetual Undukwe. She says, hello from Denmark. Hello, Perpetual. I hope you are well. Good day to you. Joseph Tudela saying, good morning, my people. Good morning to you, Joseph. George Bushell, good morning to you. Marcus the Grace, good morning to you. Nonso Martins, good morning to you too. I hope you are well, guys. I'm pleading, please keep up the energy, keep liking this broadcast, like, and share this broadcast. Invite someone to this broadcast. It is paramount that you do so for this for our efforts, not to be in vain. And as Mommy Diospa would say, this broadcast is not for just you here. It's not just for the Nigeria Watch family. Let's invite people, other people too. Let's bring in other people. Moving on to Punch. Punch Papers headlines today reads, APC exploits PDP crisis. Atiku's absence woes Wike When I saw this headline, what came to mind was a leader who cannot shove his ego to, shove his ego aside and do the needful. It's not fit to be a leader. If till now Atiku hasn't gone to see Wike, it says a lot about his person. And we want a leader that is humble enough, oh, I don't know this thing, I want to be taught, or I need direction. Not, not you give your word and that's it. No, that's not even a good quality. That's not one of the qualities of a leader. And Atiku has proven, in my opinion, has proven that is maybe a better follower, but maybe not a good leader. Ex-VP in France after US Dubai trips, Tinubu returns. Sanwo-Olu, Fayemi Akeredolu beg Rivers governor to join the ruling party. We are not threatened, says PDP. PDP have come out to say they are not threatened by APC's move to woo Governor Wike. And there's another headline that says that Wike is very loyal to PDP and he will not leave the party for any reason. Let's see. Let's see how it unfolds. Let's see how it unfolds. It is cruel losing three kids to flooding in Anambra. Yes, and I look forward to a government that would take care of erosion of floods in Nigeria. It is claiming lives. It is claiming properties. There are some things that should not be happening unless it is unless it is nature. These ones can be curtailed. These are just the rains are not enough for such floods to be killing people and washing away homes, and all of these things. It's hard to say this. And um condolences to this family that lost three children to flood. This week we've seen where this week we've had lots of parents burying their children for one casualties or the other. We've seen parents burying children over failed government, and it's sad. The leaders of tomorrow are dying. People are burying their children. What would they live for? Yesterday I reported how a pastor lost his two sons. His two sons were killed. His house was invaded, and his two children, his two boys were killed, and they went with the girl child. My God, I can't even imagine how the mother is feeling, or how the father is feeling. When they look at the time, they wonder what their child is doing, what they are doing to their child. And these people can be barbaric. I mean, they kidnap a community of girls, and by the time they are being released, these ones are coming out with children, little children, coming out with children of their own. At times, I try to put myself in the picture, or try to imagine, create a mental picture of how this family or families are faring when I see this news, and it leaves me all messed up in my emotions. I don't know if our leaders, I don't know if they still have sympathy in them or humanity. If people have children of your own, this is from a Nigerian that has done us well and proud. She says, how I emerged Manchester Varsity Student of a Year. Well done, well done, well done, Mama. Well done. We can see her picture right here. Well done. You have done us noble, and we are very, very proud of you. We look forward to more headlines like this. Celebrities with short-lived marriages. Allah doesn't accept Salah rams bought with stolen money. This is from a scholar. Um, Well, that is for you people that use stolen money to buy your sacrificial ram. A scholar, Islam scholar has come to say Allah does not accept that. Thank you for that lecture, sir. Igbo still at the bottom of national politics. I'm sure you know who said that. I would leave the floor open, or let's take a wild guess on who said that. Igbo still at the bottom of national politics. I think this election is going to shock a lot of people, and it's going to bring a new change and new dawn in Nigeria. I just hope that we don't slide back. I just hope that we keep pushing and doing the needful. This is from Peter Obi. He says, I won't pro past government if elected. And I think this will be the first time that a new government will not probe the former government, because it looks like they are all there for revenge. I watched the APC primaries, and I saw when um, Tinubu was announced as, the winner of the primaries, and when he came on the podium, the first thing he said was, he told Mr. President that he's sorry for I've kept him waiting, but this is to pay back. I'm not sure if it is in verbatim. I'm not sure if I'm saying this in verbatim. That means I'm not sure if I'm saying this as he said it, but in a nutshell, he was saying that I'm paying you back for all of the times that you keep me waiting. And I mean, that shouldn't be the first thing you are saying. I hope you're not coming and you're not coming into this government with revenge. I hope that is not what he's coming to do. With the headlines news that has been shared so far, we'll start with Mr. Ogonski. Mr. Ogonski, please, you have the floor to make your submission. Mr. Ogonski. Okay, I'll move on to Mr. Kennedy.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Ogonski. Yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
Let me start with the prison break. You know, from from yesterday, I listened to this Baba Ahmed. You see, this prison break is arranged because you can't tell me 300 people, just walk randomly into a prison and break the prison and go freely and without interception and feed the image. So I think this is, last time, there was pressure on the federal government to release the image, to swap the prisoners, the Boko Haram prisoners for the train victims. So I think this is the reason why they did it, because this is arranged, it's 100% arranged. That is for sure. Like, the Baba Ahmed was always saying, I don't want to talk too much because I know too much. With Taobi and Baba Ahmed, I think they complement each other. You can see the way they were lively, holding themselves, laughing, you could see the harmony between them. So from my feeling, I think things are going to work out between them. And the Baba Ahmed is a potential candidate as well because he has a lot to offer. And I'm using this opportunity to appeal to fellow Nigerians. It's now time we face reality because these are our jokers. We should support them. So this dilemma we are facing in our country will stop. From what Peter Obi said, he said we will not pay the looters, people who stole from us. I support him. So it doesn't make sense. It's forward ever. Instead of the time we used to, build our country, start from scratch, we will be chasing shadows. So I hope he stands by his word and let's face reality. Instead of hunting and this, bad luck will come and people in female they will start going or the half of rep will start going against them. So it's just let go. So I support this opinion, what he's going to do. And let me go with the article and he regrets dropping Okowa. I'm happy because there is problem in PDP. This is our advantage right now. But the way the APC governors are flooding around what's it called? River State governor. That is what I don't understand. Because the both big parties have problems. So they are trying to woo people. They are trying to look for the big powers so that they can, stabilize their political terrain. So this is a good sign that we are heading somewhere. And with the vice president, I am confident the youth in the north, they will go with him. That is for sure. So, and he has experience. He was a senator and House of Rep member, you know. So, I like him. I think things is going to work out. And I have this feeling that Nigeria is going to be great. And I have this feeling as well that Peter Obi and this guy, they are going to win because the campaign has not started. But just take a look around. The way people are queuing, people can't wait. So I just hope our fellow Nigerians, those ones that are bastardizing Peter, will be looking for faults and everything. A normal, reasonable person we know, both of them, you can, if these guys go outside to represent us, you will be proud. You will be proud. This is our president. You understand? Not those ones that are shaking, you know, old and, you know, so with our president, with these guys we have, with the materials we have now, we can walk and we will go far. So I just hope we support, you know, not people coming around and, you know, trying to find fault, trying to destabilize destabilize everybody. So we shouldn't give them that chance because this one is clear. Both of them, you can see from the body language, the way they talk and the way they act, they comport themselves. These guys, we will be proud of them. It's a material we can ship outside and they will represent us well.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Ogbonski. Mr. Kennedy, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Miss.
Mr. Kennedy, we can't hear you over here. We can't hear you over here. Please check your audio.
Hear me at all?
Yes, this is better.
Sorry. Yeah, yes.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, we don't know what's going on over there, but your audio is seasoned, Mr. Kennedy. If you can hear me, we can't hear you. No, I think it's your network. I'm not sure what it is. No, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, yes, we can. Okay, you have the floor, please.
Is it okay?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very
Please go
much.
ahead.
Yes. Sorry for the inconveniences. I said yesterday I was not here because my former Prime Minister of Japan was assassinated, so I wanted to give him the honor to stay away from the media for that very day. So may his soul continue
Also,
to rest in peace.
we send our condolences too. Sorry about
Thank you.
that.
Thank you very much. We've listened to the newspaper headlines. First of all, let me touch on the APC governors visiting Wike. For me, I don't I don't understand what is going on. I don't know what the APC, what they want from a PDP stalwart, person who is very, very vocal and somebody that has even been insulting the APC, and the APC governors now going to bring him. There's no ideology. There's no ideology. So they are all the same. They are the same. I don't know what is going on. The APC is exploiting the PDP crisis. APC too has a lot of crisis. So there no certificate. The presidential candidate has no certificate to offer. The vice or the placeholder has no certificate too. And you know, there's a lawsuit that the placeholder should not be removed. It should be allowed to stay. And there are a lot of crisis there too. So, but anyway, I don't know what is wrong with these people. The president is advising against extremism. I think this is coming too late for the president to be advising against extremism now. The same president that has said the attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. Now he's saying he's advising against extremism. He has pampered them, and that is why we are where we are. So I don't know what's going on. Prison break. Prison was broken into. You see, look at even the prison. It doesn't look like a prison. There no concrete floors, nothing. Everywhere it looks like, you know, those village or olden days facilities. So that prison is in Abuja. That is Kuje prison. It's really really very funny. So I don't know. I don't know what is going on. What about the money that is voted for all these facilities and all that? So I don't know. Like I heard, I don't know if it was on your. I think it's on your headline. Okay, no, I got it from somewhere that Tinubu now is customizing phones that is going to share to is going to share to potential voters. It's preposterous. It's funny. It's ridiculous that
It's
somebody
already
will
in
just
circulation.
it's
It's
already in
already in circulation.
circulation. Yes. So I don't no more rice, no more beans, no more agbado, no more cassava. Now you're going to give phones. You know how much it's going to cost to customize one particular phone to be given to a lot of potential voters, and that is what you want us to. People want us to clamor for the coming of Tinubu. Is that what we want? Instead of you to customize phones, why don't you give that money to ASU to go back to school? So me, I don't know what is going. You don't have to be in government to change the government. If you are the APC stalwart and you want to change the government, you can donate that kind of money to ASU, and we will all praise you for doing that. So me, I don't. These are selfish people, and the moment you come to power, you are going to probably first of all try to recoup that money and now make a lot of money that will sustain your family or your grandchildren, your great, and whatever. So, man, anyway, that is where I will leave it for now. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you for that. Brother Nice. Brother Nice, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Thanks. Uh,
Okay.
are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah, I would like you to enlighten the main topic of today, because I don't really understand the ones we have to speak about.
Okay. We could take APC's exploits PDP crisis. Tinubu's absence and all of that. The APC have taken advantage of what started as a crack in the war with PDP. They've gone to meet Wike and they're begging him to come be their team. And I said, and I made reference to a news I watched today, and this man from PDP was saying that if Wike is going to give them the votes that they need, that they are ready to drop Amechi and go for Wike. And we know that Amechi and Wike are not even in good standings. And they say that Amechi would not even mind because at the end of the day, everybody's working together for the good of the party. Now, what's your submission? Do you think that they would succeed with this move, saying that Atiku has not even dignified Wike by having a one-on-one talk with him?
Okay. I greet all the panelists. Special shout out to Machiavelli. You're welcome back, bro. Um, Let me just say, you were talking about this person, Wike and Amechi, right?
Yes, please.
What are they doing with Amechi? Amechi is still in this recent government that we are trying to take away from this seat, this presidential this thing, government. Those people are still the same people. We don't need anyone like Amechi. Amechi, he has borrowed money from China. A lot of money he has borrowed from China, and that man is very arrogant as well. Every time they always ask him about what he do with those money he borrowed from China for this projects that he said he's doing with that money that they don't see. Then this man, you see the way he replied the house and all this thing. What is his name? These people, they always put together a committee to checkmate them. He always talk to committee very, very rudely. So I don't know why someone like Amechi will come back as a candidate to say they want to become the president of Nigeria. That one is just out of the picture, first of all. Wike as well. Wike, I've said it before. Wike should go and sit in his house Let us see how PDP is going to unfold, how it's going to play out in PDP. He has done his best, you know. Let it just sit down and watch what is happening, what is going to happen next. I don't know why he's still fighting, struggling to be something else in that same PDP. I tell him the last time, come to Labour's Party. If you really, if you are a man of your words and you really want to change Nigeria, join this movement of Peter Obi and change Nigeria for good. You know, if you are still fighting to stay in that PDP, that means you are still the same cabal in that same PDP that put Nigeria in this same mess. I will count you the same.
But nice. I'm sorry. I would like to, ask you a question of something you just said. You said, if VC has any integrity left in him and he wishes Nigeria well, right? That he should join Labour Party. That's what you meant. Now, you have, reps going to see people, but I don't think Labour Party has made that move to go meet him and beg him, as the case may be, to come join the party.
They don't need to beg him. They don't need to beg him. Anybody that have a good heart, anybody that love Nigeria, this is the time now for them to work with Labour Party. Labour Party don't need to come to you and beg you for anything. As far as you see, this movement is the way to change Nigeria for good. As somebody that is a very patriotic Nigerian, this is the time for you to work with them. Wike, is he an emperor? Is he a king that everybody should come and lead down for him? No. If you love Nigeria so much, this is the time now. They don't need to invite you. Go and meet them. Tell them that I want to work with you. I've seen seen light in this party, and I want to work with you. We want to change Nigeria for the good, for the better. That's what I expect from people like Wike now. That is what I'm still expecting from my own person, Showori, to do. You understand? So they have no excuse now. They have nothing to say. If they are not really fighting for their own interest, that they want to fight for the betterment of Nigeria, they have to go and work with Labour Party. That's just what I'm trying to say. You understand?
All right.
So all these messages Buhari is sending, those are just camouflage. He just want to use that one to deceive Nigeria. That he is not the chief of insecurity in Nigeria. All those messages that he's sending, he's just sending it because he knows that Nigeria have already know all his game plans. So that is why he's not saying that to telling extremists that you arrest, you will give them pardon. It's that same extremist now you are not telling that there should be my sister, they should stop playing with us. We are not fools. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Brother Nice. Mr. Machiavelli, what do you think would be the outcome of APC's meeting with Governor Wike? Do you think he will budge? And do you also think, or agree with my own point of view, saying that because Labour Party has not gone, I see it as going to beg anyway, but let's try to be formal here, right? Probably because Labour Party has not gone to pitch him to their tent. That's why he's not on that side. What do you think? What do you think about this APC move on PDP's party member, Wike?
Thank you, Ms. Ima. Thank you very much, everybody. I must give a condolence message to my honorable father who is here, Mr. Kennedy, for the loss of the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe. May his soul rest in perfect peace. This is a man who has done so well for the Japanese people and also in the international relationship with every members of the world. Shinzo Abe has been doing a fantastic job. But yesterday he lost his life through assassination. All my prayers and all the Nigerian family, show their condolences to the Japanese people. So on today's topic, well, like I said, politics is a strategy. That is what people has to understand. Because when you look at what is happening in Nigeria right now, so what these people need is to play strategy on how to make sure they split the Nigerian vote to favor themselves. 3 governors meeting Wike yesterday, I laughed. Now, I'll take your mind back to during the primary, the PDP primary, when Governor Nyesom Wike came to the podium and said, I, Governor Nyesom Wike, will never, ever leave this party. If I lose, I will support whoever emerge as the flag bearer. Now, yet today, we are having a different song. My fellow Nigerians, this is why I tell you, it is time we start listening to ourselves. Where did we get it wrong? You must not queue on this kind of things because these are all distraction. If you say you are loyal to your party, there's nothing that's going to shake you. Now you have a turbulence and people are visiting you. You want to, you've been silent. You don't want to talk. But this was not what you pledged to the people. This is not what you pledged to the delegate during your primary elections. But now there's another thing. And another thing you have to know, the APC, they are trying as much as they can to destabilize the PDP because they are playing on their default and they're making sure they get the best candidate from them so that they can split the vote in the South. This is a game. It's a tactic. So Nigerians have to be aware of what they are doing. Akeredolu and the rest who came to visit Wike, this is Akeredolu who has his people to look after the Owo massacre. He spoke about that and he left that and it's on the campaign trail already. This is how they drift. Instead of him to start taking care of his people on how to secure his people, he's trying to woo Wike back to his party. This is to tell Nigerians that these people are just after their party. They are not after the citizens. It's a pity. If Wike decide to move to APC, it will be a slap on the people of River State who believe so much in him and think he has been a patriotic Nigerian. You want a better Nigerian. You should be able to start from your grassroots and say, never again shall we go back to these things.
Mr. Machiavelli,
go on.
Sorry to just cut right in. I think you seem to be the only one who still thinks that these politicians have any atom of integrity left in them.
Well, that's I cannot speak from his mind. But as a concerned citizen, I believe, looking at the state of Nigeria right now, this is not the time to start saying this is how we are going to do it, like what Tinubu and the rest are doing. No, this is the time to fight for every citizen of Nigeria, whether you are from the north, the south, the east, and the west. You must hear the cry of Nigerians. You must hear the Nigerians who are suffering in the Mediterranean, taking a risk to get to Europe. You must take the cry of Nigerians suffering in different countries of the world. You must take the cry of all Nigerians who are living below $1 a day. This is the cry for these people. But in this case, no. Wike is just, you see him laughing at these people. These are his opponents. Nigerians, you can see, shaking hands with them, laughing. Of course, they are not going to fight. I don't expect them to fight. But you need to tell them the truth. We are Nigerians. Nigerians have suffered enough. It is time we bring back a government that is fit for the people, that will secure the life of the people and their properties and ensure the growth of all Nigerians from the grassroots. This is not the time to dine with you guys because this is the problem. You cannot expect somebody who said he's been loyal to the party, and now you want to swing the other way. He has been having secret meetings with them. This is not the first time. For you to know, he's been having secret meetings with them. If he goes the other way, that's fine. Then it's left for Nigerians to now think, where do we put our heads on? On the security of Nigeria, I just think the federal government, this is a slap on the federal government. A prison break happened in the capital, in the nation's capital. So it means if these people were to invade Nigeria, it was gone in within a twinkle of an eye. With 2 hours, with no other security agency engaging these people to make sure they don't, succeed. They took away inmates. Looking at the facilities when President Muhammadu Buhari went to visit the Kuje prison, looking at the facilities, it was in a poor state. There's no CCTV camera. This is a secure prison, a federal prison to be precise. You can't go to a state like in the United States and have something like that. It will never happen. But this is to say that the security lapses in Nigeria, in the Nigeria state today, is concerning. We urge the federal government to look into this thing. It's not by telling all the citizens now that it's Salah, you have to tell them this is what we need. No, it has to be to all Nigerians. We should be prepared. How much is being invested in our defense? I've been asking this question for more than 6 months now. How much? Where is our defense minister? What happened? What is our security operative doing? How can this happen? It's a slap to the Nigerian government. How can you have such thing in the federal capital? So I pledge to all my concerned citizens, let us have a rethink. Let us not dwell with what these people are doing. Think of a better Nigeria. Let us move forward. And to all my Muslim friends, I love you to the core. I believe we are all Nigerians. We should not be fighting ourselves for who we govern. Don't sell your vote, because this is how we envelop ourselves into this crisis. Please, let us come out for the sake of our brothers who are dying in the sea and those who never came back to see their parents. In all, we should please vote for the candidate that will take us forward. Thank you, my fellow Nigerians, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and may God bless the citizen as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Machiavelli. You made quite some points there, asking about the fundings of our security system. You know, over time, we've had the military come out to say that they are underfunded and that money disbursed for weapons are not even used appropriately. And there are times that the military men, even when we had the Sambisa forest saga going on, you know, they will make videos from Sambisa saying they've not eaten all day, they are this, they are underpaid, they are not being treated fairly and all of that. So even the military, you know, there are words on the street allegedly that, you know, they are compromised and they are not doing the needful. They are still asking for Burata to be brought and be questioned about some fundings. You know, there's someone here who is saying, this is from Godwin Aguza, that said, if APC and Tinubu let them give iPhones. The youth are wiser now. Come 2023, Peter Obi will be president. Nigerians can vote for Tinubu and Atiku and suffer another 8 years of hardship, hunger, and terror. You know, Mr. Alotex, this is for you because you'll be the next speaker, please. You know, there are words out there, even campaign materials that I have seen for myself, like live. I have seen the phone, and he has taken this campaign thing a notch. Do you think we should be worried about, you know, a change of mind from the youth? Although the kind of phone that is out there is not what a youth would want to use, but this is what like our mothers or, you know, these aged people would clamor for. So do you think that loyalty will be bought, Mr. Alotex?
Okay, thank you, everybody. So my own opinion and what I've been seeing in Nigeria this time is like our youth, some of them are desperate. That's one thing I want to let everybody to know. Because we are shouting, everybody's shouting, Obi, Obi. Some people are shouting because they see other people are shouting, they're joining a group. But in terms of material things, our youth are desperate. They can change their mind at any time. That's one thing I want to let everybody know. And this campaign of Obi, we need to think about something to do than, you know, because if I'm looking about the old cargos, people that have been there in the politics, they know how they manipulate the game. So in which in terms of Tinubu knows how old game be using to attract people. So let me use like Yoruba land says now. Anywhere we have Owambe, forget about whatever is going on. They will make sure they focus on Owambe and get it, follow you to the end and do whatever they want to do with you. That's the one thing, you know, I want everybody to know. This campaigning, Tinubu using material and other stuff things, he knows the strategy to win the people's mind. If you watch an APC primary, how people believe that he's gonna get a vote times 2 of other candidates? His vote is like even though it combined other candidates, what they got, his own is like double of what other candidates get. You think he did it for nothing? Something goes wrong. Something goes under the table. You know, even though they say people will say, "Oh, we'll not vote for him," you're gonna watch it on that day. He will still stay on youth. Will still stand and fight for them. So that's the one thing I want to say about that one. And what I'm trying to say, as Obi supporters, some of them are not in any politics. They are not in the Labour. They are not in anywhere. My own thought is like everybody needs to go and join Labour Party. Before you're 18 years old, join Labour Party. Become a member. Because if we are not a member, we just by the side we're a supporter, let me tell you something, we couldn't achieve nothing. Because we have almost polling unit to have in Nigeria almost 7 or something polling units. So how who gonna be everywhere? We will not stand on the media or maybe talking about how we're gonna do things, but we need to act. The acting is that we make sure the youth join the party. Join that party, we feel like that's the best for us to move ahead. And that's gonna help us on that one. Another thing I want to say about insecurity in Nigeria, you know, this insecurity is like the federal government is one that built it. You know, it's just like when somebody planted something, it grows up. It's what the plant is growing up now. Because it wouldn't tell me that you got a criminal, somebody like something like a bandit, Boko Haram. He want to transform in a night, in 6 months or 8 months or 2 months. He put it back in the military. He's gonna be 4 months. He's gonna be giving the information on what is going on. When attack is coming, he's gonna let them know. When military is going somewhere, look at it everywhere. Sometimes we hear they kill our military, 30 people here, they kill 50 here. Why? How did they know? How did they know that military is coming? How did they know they're here? Because that's informants within the military. And all the generals, if they say they didn't know what is going on in Nigeria, all of them knows what is going on. They benefit on it. Because the Kujo prison attack take almost 2 hours. No any people come to try to make sure how they're gonna be able to find these people. These people didn't come with a car, with anything. They say they came with a bike. And all people that flew over there, they just walk away with their feet. Where is our security? Where is our military? What are they doing? We have a problem in Nigeria in which I didn't know what's going to happen. So if we want to get it right, this 2023, we need to get it right. And how we're going to get it right is that let the youth that are shouting social media, join the party. Join the party. That's going to move everything ahead. So if I'm here now, I can be able to convince 5 people. Maybe we'll have like, everybody convince 5 people. Make sure they vote for Peter Obi. That's going to move everything ahead.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Alotex. Thank you very much for that submission. Mr. Pansa, thank you for joining in. Please let us know where you're joining us from.
I'm joining you from Los Angeles, California.
All right.
United States. So I thank you for hosting this show. It's about 2:55 a.m. in the morning here. I have to say that the intrigue in the Nigerian politics is quite fascinating at this time. The disappointment, obviously, we Nigerians, we have no class, right? That's true. Wike is a boisterous person. Why are we celebrating Wike? Why? Even before he's showing his hands. he was stabbed in the back by Tamboa. Everybody saw that. A few years ago, he chose Tamboa over Atiku at that time. Supported him with money, all kinds of things. I mean, publicly. So he goes over there and he gets stabbed by Tamboa. Quite interestingly, he's never addressed Tamboa. He's been insulting all the senior citizens, southern governors, making noise, but he never attacks the main culprit who stabbed him in the back. It's not a new thing. In any relationship, you have to have respect. If it's a marriage, if it's a arrangement between states, governors, and if you don't have any respect, you just kidding yourself. He doesn't have any respect from the people that are his colleagues that count. So he comes, he talks to us in the South, especially in the Southeast. He has no respect for the Southeast at all. He'll deny his ancestry and he'll be talking nonsense. And some people are cheering him on. He doesn't have an army. He could, if you're insulting anybody, let's say you insult the Hausas or the Nigerian state. So we'll have to, maybe you're gonna sue them or you're gonna win in the courts. But you don't have an army. Okay? So like Napoleon said to the Pope years ago, say Napoleon asked, how many battalions does the Pope have? You don't have any. So when it comes to international relations, it's the real politics that count. So we're in the South, we're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to be cohesive so we can have some respect. So he goes selling us out to the Northerners. He has respect for the Northerners. If he attacks or insults Tamboa will fight back. So he doesn't fool me. I've always known that. Matthew 6:24 says, no one can serve two masters. So for either he will hate the one and love the other. If you're loving the Northerners and you are worshiping them and you're making noise all over the place, but you don't have an army, how are you going to be able to, if they come after you? There's nothing you can do, and that's just the way it is. So I am saying to those who are respecting and worshiping people like Wike, Omoyele Sowore, all those characters, what this quiet revolution is doing is opening our eyes. Imagine Sowore, he could have fooled somebody like me, for example, because with this revolution, his stance is damning. The same thing with Wike. Look at what they did to him. He's meeting all these governors. So even if we win with Wike at some point, see, I'm a guy with style. Even if I'm winning, I like to win with style. So you're meeting all these people, all these governors a couple of days ago. For what? Nigerian people have had enough. We're having our people killed everywhere. All right? Imagine Nigerians, we have no shame. All right? The Southerners have they've cut themselves out and they can do that. That's okay. There's no cohesion between the Southeast and the South, for example. Or if they want, they go to the Southwest. But you can be a tiny minority calling yourself South, where Northerners, Fulanis especially, come and take your oil and use it to fund all kinds of things. You know what it is? Think about it. You could actually personalize this. Let's say you own that oil and you have somebody coming from so far away. These are not even Nigerians. If we want to trace ancestry, they come and they take your oil. And who's your problem? Your brothers. Wike. Why are you worshiping Wike? Why? Because he talks like a teacher and he asks questions when he's talking? What is it? There's nothing to worship about a guy who all he does is to be blustering, ghosting. You know? Yeah, he's lively, active, animated, exuberant, spirited, and all that, bouncing around and talking nonsense. They're taking your oil and giving you a little bit. Okay, so imagine that. Tambua stabbed him in the back. Who is he insulting? Senior citizens, his fellow governors in the South. He's never for one time said to Tambua, you know what? You know, what you did is repugnant. He's never going to do that. He's going to be making noise. He doesn't have an army. Remember that. He doesn't have an army. So I'm cautioning Nigerians that this revolution that is building up, Obi's made the right moves. But remember, we're not dealing with dummies over there in the north. They're not the smartest bulb in the room. That's true. The only way we're going to have to deal with this situation is to use our head, think ahead. No, they're not going to let an election take place and it's going to be open, fair, let the best person win. And when Obi wins, then they give him the power. No, it's not going to happen that way. Because you have to look at other countries such as Nigeria. Obi's been all over the place studying a lot of countries, but what he's been studying is the economics. He has to, all dictators are the same. All people such as our northerners, Islamists, they are the same thing all over the place. So you take a look at India and Pakistan and what happened over there, how they divided themselves. You look at Israel, and this will be the first time it may work. So could it work? Yes, it may work. There's no doubt about that. But please, let's not think that there's going to be an election and it's going to be free and open. INEC is going to. I mean, look at what's happening right now in with the Senate president. Didn't even contest for the election, and he's coming back to get that spot back. Nigerians are not going to do anything about it. To them, that's just over there in the north. It's no big deal. But if INEC is able to do this, insert his name there, Ahmed, whatever his name is, Lawa, he's getting that back. He didn't run for the primary. So what I'm saying is that the election is not going to be fair, open, and all that. They're going to pencil it in no matter what. Obi can sweep the whole state and they're going to pencil in somebody else in that spot. So what are we going to do then? So that's the way. I know you got a lot of people here I'm talking, but I want you to, let's campaign. Let's do everything. But remember, they are not going to hand over that power unless the United States, not Britain. Britain is on their side. Because with somebody like Obi and this new vice president, there's no way they're gonna stay there and Britain will be doing what they're doing, taking the oil, doing all this stuff.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just concluding by saying that I want you to factor that in. They are not going to conduct a fair, free election where they're just going to hand over that power. It's impossible. So what are we going to do when that happens? So we need the United States. Those of us who are in diaspora should form a committee here to lobby. Are you talking to me?
Please go on. Sorry for that interruption. Please, if you're not speaking, please mute your mic, please. Thank you. Please go on.
The only way I know, and I'm going to be very comfortable. Now, remember, I'm not saying this to forestall or to impede the activity of the youth and this station and so many other places. That should be going on. But those of us in diaspora, that's the only thing we owe Nigeria, which is to form a committee here to lobby the United States, the Biden administration, the Congress, to guarantee. They have to guarantee, because the embassies are corrupt back home, all of them. What the United States basically is doing is to just hand over their activities to Britain to run. I don't know if it's to get the support of Britain in the
All right,
war.
Mr.
Yeah,
Pansat.
so that's my I come online just for that. We need to lobby the Biden administration to guarantee us just one thing: that the election is fair, open, and transparent. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that, sir. I have something from Kanayo Maweta. It says that there is a reason why Nwike will or cannot address Tambua. There is a reason for this. Do a deep research and you'll be surprised at what you will find out. Kanayo is also saying that I agree. INEC will not conduct a fair and free election. INEC is on the side of these rogue politicians. Excuse me. I said sometime last week that don't just cast your vote and go home. Protect your vote too. I know that. I mean, even when things haven't even gotten to this, you have political thugs, and now we will not just be dealing. We might not just be dealing with political thugs. We have the corrupt INEC too to deal with. We have. I mean, because INEC was there during the APC primaries. Yes, APC primaries. The person that was counting the votes moved from 73 or 75 to 100. INEC was there. So if I say INEC is corrupt, it is based on what I have seen. We all saw that it was on national TV. It moved, and you can't tell me that it wasn't called to their attention. And they didn't think to undo that. They just left it at that. So I get what you're saying. Even over here there are concerns, people are putting ends together. I said yesterday that the LP candidate, presidential flag bearer for LP Labour Party, he has been in the system for a very long time, so he knows their ways, and I'm sure that over there too is doing the needful to make sure that it is free and fair and that he is not cheated out of it as usual. Thank you for that submission. So I'll be moving on to the
Yeah,
next
please,
person.
before you move on, let me respond to what you said. Now, this is not a just casual observation. I think it's the whole thing. If they have no respect whatsoever, they would absolutely do it in everybody's face. All right. I mean, look at it. You break into a jail, a prison, and what kind of story is that? We don't even care. I mean, they will pencil in somebody's name, and there's nothing anybody's going to do about it. So it's not even during the election. It's now that once America guarantees that election, I'm telling you, you're going to see that they're going to give up because they have no respect for us whatsoever, or the youth, or this or that. Without respect, you can't do anything. You have to carry arms, basically. But if we have to,
All
the
right.
respect we have to get is that they will know that the youth have to send a message that this election cannot be rigged. If they rig it, I want P2B to make sure he sends a very clear signal that he will form a government in exile. If they
Okay.
know that's what's going to happen,
Mr. Pansa, thank you. We
yes,
have to move on to someone else. So we're coming right
absolutely.
back to you. We're coming right back to you. So please just hold your thoughts together. We'll
Thank
have
you.
another time to speak. Okay. Mr. Ansubidi, good morning and thank you for joining today's broadcast. I hope you're well and I hope the weekend is starting off well for you. Please make your submission to we are talking about PDP's move on APC's move on Wike. Should we be expecting that Wike would move over? It seems, should we be expecting Wike to lose the integrity that few Nigerians still have of him or think of him? And before you answer to that, Mr. NCBD, please, guys, like this broadcast. Please like this broadcast. Support this broadcast as well. Click on the dollar sign to send a super chat to us. Support us financially and otherwise. We need the support to keep this platform running. It costs a lot to keep this platform running. So please, guys, support us by encouraging us. Please click on the dollar sign. It doesn't have to be dollar. Whatever currency you are operating on, you will still get your donation. Please do donate for thank you. But like this broadcast, as many that are watching, those that are commenting here, just take out a minute to tap on the thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. Mr. Nsubidi, are you ready for us?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, well, I think Wiki is I think it's just like a wild card move from APC because they want to use Wike as the wild card, and because I think they believe probably he has 1 minute. Okay. Sorry, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So they believe that Wike can influence the voters of what's it called? Um, Atiku, and probably the voters of Peter Obi. They believe that Peter Obi, some of the people under that, that were previously rooting for Wike, some of them probably have moved to the camp of Peter Obi. So I think it's just a wild card move they're trying to do. But people should also try their best to understand that none of these politicians are, you know, are looking for their interest as priority. Because you had Wike always saying it. Everything the man is saying, party, my party, the PDP. What, when will people start talking about the people? The man is shouting, my party, my party, my party. So let us understand that no matter what we expect from these guys, they will always be, they will always do things that favor themselves and their group. And Pansat said something very important that nobody should just sweep under the carpet. The same man that is screaming of how, the South governors, if it's Akwa Ibom governor, Delta governor, all these people shouting on their heads when the main game changer that played him out of the primaries, when the main person that stabbed him in the back, did that, is quiet till now. So why are we hoping that this is the person that will go and fight, that will go and fight for the Souths in the North, or that will go and represent the interest of the South? So let people be wise. The difference between him and Peter Obi is this: Peter is saying what he does not mean. He's using his own for campaign. He's using his own for sensationalism. He wants that support. But that's the difference. Because most of the things he's saying, people can say, yeah, this is what we want to be done. That's why up to now it seems as if it's still relevant to some people. But the difference is that his actions does not back it up. And he's using it for political gain. So what I believe that they're trying to do with Wike APC, they feel like he can really influence a lot of voters. And if Wike now probably comes on the back of APC, probably some supporters might go back to him. Probably the ones that have left PDP and maybe joined a Labour Party, or because they are even seeing OB and Labour Party as as the main threat to their victory in the South. I mean APC. That's how they see it. But I just believe that it's too late. I believe it's too late, and I believe that this movement will has already overshadowed all that. I think it's just a waste of time. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ansibidi, thank you for your submission. You said something quite profound. Wike is loyal to the party and not to the people. And now that should be disturbing, and that's all the red flag we need on Wike. You see, this is a platform where we all come together, we reason together, and we are enlightened. I'd never, and I'm sure some people also never thought of it from that perspective. You see why you see the need for us to share and like this broadcast so that broadcasts like this will go far, will be recommended by YouTube to other people who wants to know what is happening in the country. We sure don't want a leader that is more loyal, that is loyal to the party and not the people. Are you not there for the people? if you are there for the people, I think it was Mr. Machiavelli that said that Mr. Machiavelli said that Labour Party does not, they don't need to beg Wike. If he truly wants to serve the people, then he should go on his own accord. I was saying initially that probably why Wike has not ported to Labour Party is because they've not gone to beg him or have a meeting, have a talk with him. And that was from Mr. Machiavelli saying that wouldn't even
No,
that
I'm
would
the one
not
that said
even
this,
be
brother
Brother
Nice.
Nice. Okay, thank you. Sorry for that. Thank you for that correction. Brother Nice said that won't even be necessary if he had a good heart and good intentions and if he was loyal to the people. And now Mr. Nsibidi has also said brought the submission that it's obvious that Wike is loyal to the party and not to the people. Do we want a leader that is, loyal to a party that every aspirant that they've given us has done us so much bad? Who should even be loyal to such a party? Shouldn't they have honorably left that party? Mr. Eberson, Germany, thank you for being here today. We do appreciate you. Please, you have the floor to make your submission. If you've been following the broadcast, we are talking about PDP's move on. We are talking about APC's governors. I don't know why I keep mixing them up today. Forgive me. APC's governor made a move on Wike, begging him, talking to him to port to their party. What do you think will be the outcome of this? And with all of this move, another thing I've come to see is that this is not business as usual. In fact, I think we'll get to a point where APC and PDP will come together just so that Labour Party does not emerge, because it will feel like it will come off like an insult or a disrespect to them. Already they said Labour Party has no structure. Already they said that they cannot stand it. They don't have the numbers. They don't have this. They don't have that. And they are surprised by this outcome. The likes of Tinubu has upped the campaign materials by giving out phones. So they know that it is not business as usual for them. What do you think would become of this? And I'd also like someone to think of this question. So while Mr. Ebonso, okay, 290, you'll be coming up next. So this is for you. So please think about this question. What do you think that Labour Party should be doing? What should they infuse in their campaign material? Because these two people, APC would shamelessly go and meet PDP that Wike should pause. They are doing a lot. They're doing a lot. What do you think that Peter Obi's camp should begin to consider, and not just, it shouldn't just be as someone said earlier, that on that day they might want to rig, they want to do this. INEC, we already know is compromised. So what do you think that we should do? Mr. Basu, you have the floor, please, to make your submission.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anywhere you are hearing my voice, everyone. On my own, I don't think many people got what is about to happen. You see, we are not contesting with only, I'm telling you the fact, we are not contesting with only PDP and APC. We are contesting with France, UK, and United States, if nobody is aware. Let somebody tell me what is the source of income of UK? It's African. What is the source of income of France? It's African. So one thing we have to understand is that, okay, Mr. Tinubu run to France. Everybody's saying it's medical distance. It's not medical visit. I'm telling you the truth. It can be medical visit, but he went there for agreement. You support me, I'm going to give you so part of fuel, this thing, diesel, crude oil. That's what taking there.
They cut his
Hello, are you
mic.
hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, now
Yes,
we can.
sir.
Hello?
Please go
Okay.
ahead. We can hear
So,
you.
yeah, so why is that Atiku, anytime he got that presidential ticket, he will run to United States. He can get visa, they will allow him to enter. Why? He's going there for business. That is, help support me and something will happen. I will give you so percentage. So we should stop deceiving ourselves. What we focus now is prayers. And one thing again is the northern people. What these UK people have put in their mind about this religion, it make them hate the Christian. If you hear what they are saying now, it's just about vote Muslim that will help us. Vote Muslim that will help us. They are not even talking about the betterment of Nigeria or anything. They have already poisoned before they poisoned our heart as a Christian to hate the North. But I think because of Peter Obi, we are breaking that chain. We broke that chain. Now Christian, they cannot deceive Christian about religion again. We know that we want our Nigeria to be better. So the only thing that we can confuse, if we can confuse the Muslim to believe that Nigeria, we want it to be better, nothing these people can do again. Obi is going to win. Then let's come about talk about what is this thing of the day. We are pointing hand on Wike alone. But the main problem we are having now in Nigeria is our artists. Our artists, the musicians, the actors. If you could remember, in 2019, I was supporting this guy by the Showore. I was supporting Showore by then. Not just then all this Banky W then come out there, do your PVC, vote the right person. If you get your PVC, come with we are going to give you 5,000. We are going to give you 10,000. We are thinking they want to support the youth like Showore. After some time, everybody got PVC. Banky W come out and form party that want to contest for House of Rep. Now he did not win. He run to PDP. He did not, they show him there, they do him Ojoro. Instead of him now to run to Peter Obi party, Labour Party, he now go to Abuja to fight it again. That means he's not fighting for the people of his area in Lagos. He's fighting for his own interests. Then now, Faust, Mr. Macaroni, and the rest, they come out, they are telling people, do your PVC. Do your PVC and vote who? Tell us who you are supporting. Don't be fooling fooling the Nigerians youth. You are, if those people come out now, the two-faced that they went to Abuja and the rest, they come out and say, yeah, vote Peter Obi, the whole Nigeria will answer. Inside bush we answer. Inside local government we answer. Everywhere we answer. Otukpo we answer. Makodi, Benue, everywhere. Kano, Sokoto, Zamfara, everywhere we answer. Let two-face now and Faust and everybody say Peter Obi. Just mention that name, Peter Obi. In 2019, this Peter Doche's son, he carry mic, enter market, street, bush, village, is saying Atiku, Atiku, Atiku. And Atiku name answer in the whole East. Why is he not doing the same thing now? And we are fighting for the youth. Why is he not doing the same thing now? Then now, the two-face, they are telling, do your PVC, vote wise. We have not forgotten answers. The blood they share, we have not forgotten. Forgotten and vote who? Let them say it. Vote who? So they are deceiving the youth. Then later now, Banky W want to do campaign. Two-face will go there, it's my colleague. Mr. Macron will go there, my colleague. Immediately they mention PDP. That's where Nigeria we follow. I'm telling you the truth. Immediately those artists mention PDP. That is where the name will be sounding now. PDP, PDP. So they should tell us now. They should come. The only person that is 50-50 is this pastor. Is it pastor? What they call it? Is doing something like this program. He's talking about Peter Obi and Tinubu, Daddy Freeze. Himself is not straightforward. He's just talking Peter Obi, Tinubu, Peter Obi, Tinubu. Tell us who are we going to vote. So let's go back to our security now. Our security.
Mr. Egwansu, please, just a second. Mr. Nsubidi, please, you wanted to say something to
yes,
Mr.
thank
Egwansu
you.
before
Thank
he
you
moves
so
to
much.
another topic. Yes, please.
Sorry, my brother, you continued just now. I was just going to say that just to add a little to what he's saying, it makes a lot of sense. But as regards to Peter Obi, I mean the foreign interest, with all these countries, I believe that by now, let us not forget the fact that Peter Obi has more information than many of us, or if not all of us, as regards to influences of the foreign powers and all that. And I think that it might not, making a deal. Sometimes we always think that is to our own underdevelopment and to our own poverty. Go to Australia, these people are making deals every day with UK and US. Go to Singapore, there are all these countries making deals. And mostly it's because of security, trade, and everything. So making deals does not mean that people will have to remain in perpetual poverty. That is just what we have to single-handedly hold on, hold our own
Mr.
evil
Ebosu,
politicians.
so you could okay.
Hello. Yeah, our own evil politicians will hold them accountable. So Peter Obi himself has been making moves, going to different places. The man travels almost every week to the US, to the UK, to Germany, everywhere, consulting. He said the other time he came back with Patutomi, and that they should ask Patutomi the kind of people he's meeting. So it's not just only these other guys that are traveling and trying to solicit support. That's what I'm going to say. Then quickly for these influencers, is you're right, in a way, these people most of the time I believe that because of this money that they are chasing and all these endorsements, sometimes they speak with both sides of their mouth. They are like double-faced, so they don't come clearly so that nobody will tell them tomorrow, see, you were supporting the other one. So it's just few of them like this P Square and some of these other guys that are easy, that can, that are direct and endorsing who they want. But most of them will definitely play both sides, especially what's it called? I've been listening to that the freeze also, but you find out that they are playing both sides. They don't want to lose everything. So people should learn not to allow themselves to be influenced by what some of these so-called celebrities are saying, including the influencers, whether it's Reno Mokri, whether it's Deji Adeyonju, all these people, don't allow them. Obviously, Reno Mokri where he stands. So today he comes out and tell you, pretends that he's an activist or pro people. Then tomorrow he's talking about, he's showing you one video, like right now he has posted another one of what Obi's running mate said some years ago. So you have to, you're able to discern that these people at the end of the day, they feel like they can use the masses. That is where they're making their money from. That's why they call them influencers. So don't always fall under their negative influence, and just use common sense.
All right, Mr. Ntibidi. Thank you. Mr. Ebosu, please continue.
Okay, thank you very much. So what I'm trying,
Yes, sir.
I know exactly where you are going. Yeah, I know exactly where it's going to. I know exactly what he's saying, and I know what I'm saying too. So what I'm trying to say about security is that it's just like the Kuje prison. Actually, it's a very shameful thing because you see in Germany here, there is one couple, they are living together. Then the wife died in the night. When the wife died in the night inside the room, in the morning, the police came. They asked the man a question. What happened? He said he did not know. He just wake up and his wife is dead. They say, okay, go outside. He went outside. They now clamp up. They lose the bulb. They remove something from the switch there on top of the light. They just went away. When they come back, that's when they told him that, yes, you are lucky. You did not kill your wife. You understand? So that means everything here, if Nigeria government cannot afford CCTV camera, they should tell us it's very cheap here. We can buy it and send it for them. 40 euro, 30 euro, you can get it. We can buy it and send it for them in quantity, and they will fix it everywhere on top of the tree, everywhere if they like it, if they want. So our soldiers are dying. Yes. One thing our big men will tell our soldiers, like the officers, they should inform them whenever they want to post them out. They should give them enough money, and they should warn them about women. You see what is killing them. I'm telling you, not that anybody can debate it. Anybody can debate this with me. I'm telling you what is happening. And if any soldier is there, will tell you I'm saying the truth. They will take somebody from Lagos to Maiduguri. They will put him in one primary school to sleep. No mattress, nothing. They will be giving him maybe 30,000 a week. Then this man, now when they give him that 30,000, he will enter the town. He will be looking for a girl that will be cooking for him. Then now, from that place, those girls will be getting information. The girls will be getting information, how they move, how they do everything. They will be telling their people, they are going here, they are going here. That is how they attack them. Because of they go and look for guests, they go to do roast to get money, they go to do one or two things. They didn't have place to sleep. Some of them will be sleeping in their woman place. They will slaughter them. But the Nigerian army will not come out and tell you, see where they killed this soldier. They will tell you they killed him in combat. Our soldier died in a combat attack, which is lie. Then went out, some of them, my friend, they killed him in Plateau State. His girlfriend called him that he should come. He went there with his rifle and everything. He went to the guest friend house. When returning back, after finishing everything, when returning back on the road, they just met his dead body there. They shoot him. The girl was not killed. The Okada man that carried the two of them was not killed. Only him. And the girl said she escaped. The Okada man says he escaped. How? And the government did not say anything or arrest them to interrogate them how it happened. So you see where we are going to. So our government need to talk to the soldiers when sending them out and give them enough money. Warn them to stay away from women. Keep them in a place that only when they receive emergency call that they will go. Don't go and throw a soldier man in the bush and expect a result. It will not. It's not possible with hungry and everything. Some of our soldier men are pursuing rabbit in the bush to catch, to eat. In that place, they will fall in bomb or Boko Haram trap and they will kill them. They are pursuing a grass cutter in the bush. So I know exactly what I'm saying in this side. So
right,
we talk about Wike.
Okay, we'll come back to you. We've done quite a number of minutes on you, sir. So we'll get back to you, please. We'll move on to Mr. Tunanja. Mr. Tunanja, thank you for waiting. Please make your submission, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and greetings to members there and chat. I listened to the running mate of Peter Obi talk, and he seems to, understand some basics, decency and things that you need to have a nation run fine. So those are good things because the others have not said anything that we can relate to yet. And he said that he didn't say anything about security. He said they know too much to say what they know. In other words, some of the things he tried to say was he was trying to lay accusations that some people are doing things in the country and stuff like that. Personally, I feel like that is just like scratching at the back of a elephant, like an ant scratching the back of an elephant. Something bigger is going on that many of our people don't understand. I will leave that for now and go to Wike. This is why I keep saying sometimes when we say things, we don't ask ourselves how we relate to the things we are saying. Wike is one man that has remained in one party and did whatever he did in that party, good or bad. He's done that, and at the same time, we say we want people that are principled and are loyal to something. One thing is that he does have the capacity to be loyal. And they say loyalty is the holiest good of the human heart. And he has a quality and we don't recognize it. And if somebody is like a woman or a man being loyal to their partner, some other person will envy them because they know that is a good trait to have. But we see it in somebody in politics. We just say, oh, just because we like some other person better, we just pretend as if that quality doesn't matter anymore. No, it can matter, and you still support the person you support. And if Wike, all I've seen is that the guy is quite brash when he wants to do things, and he doesn't apologize. He just goes ahead and gets it done. And I believe that the powers that be in Nigeria feels like people like that is what you need in the country. Somebody that gets things done, that is willing to be rough and say rough things to people to get things done. Anybody will give anything for Buhari to say something rough today to his commanders and stuff to get things done. So from that point of view, I say Wike, and he's a great communicator. Nobody can argue with him on that. Communication is one of the biggest problems we have from this president. He doesn't communicate. He doesn't talk. Nobody knows what is going on in the country because he just release press statements and that's the end of it. But Wike will tell you what is going on.
What do you call a great communicator? What do you refer to as that? Wike. But he has been very silent.
Oh, now he's very, very silent. But when he's talking, you will know where he stands. He will make it clear.
Okay.
Nobody's left
Okay.
in any illusion where he stands on any issue. So he's a very good communicator, and I think the PDP, they did themselves a great disservice, and this country a great disservice for not allowing him take that position. They just basically endorsed
Niger,
himself.
my brother. So he has to wait for campaign or when he's contesting for something to talk, right?
No, he does talk normally. I think he's just quiet now because he doesn't want to rank. He has a lot of negative things to say. Why, instead of him to say negative things that is going to affect the country or his party, he might as well keep quiet because he's very angry right now. You know that. So sometimes it's better to be silent instead of cause more problems. So for that, maybe that's why he's quiet. I don't know exactly why he's quiet, but I can tell you that if Wike wants to talk, you will know exactly where he stands. He will be lambasting so many people. I don't think there will be anybody standing.
I think rather the case here is that Wike has been played. He has been played to the later that he has nothing to say because Wike is too expressive a person to to be quiet this long. And I think the PDP should be very worried that he's not saying anything.
They should be. They should be worried. I think, but Wike would not want to because I think he has prided himself of being loyal, which is a good thing, and he doesn't want to break away from that. But it looks like Nigeria is breaking him because he may have to do what he needs to do because what they did to him is just beyond this thing unacceptable. Even when they try to have him, somebody is echoing there. Even when they try to have him as the VP, when even the party inside has voted for him to become the VP, they still went the other way. It's like you can't. What do you want from a party member? Loyalty or what? So, and this guy is a doer too. He's a communicator too. People that were making
I
decisions
would
in
like
the
to have a dialogue with you on those points you're making at some point. When
yeah.
you at some point, let's have a dialogue because I want to just
Mm.
challenge you a little bit on that. Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. No, it's all right. People that want to, make decisions in the party were putting their own interests first instead of national interests. If they had allowed Wike to become the party chair, this is flag bearer, I mean, the case, the talk we are talking right now will be very, very different. I'm telling you, Tinubu will be like be made to bring all his certificates and he will bring he will bring his mom's birth certificate.
Right,
He will bring his
right.
great grandmom's birth certificate because Wike will not let him rest. Anything he says, Tinubu will say, "I will save this country from security." Wike will say, "Where's your birth certificate?" He will harass him to the point whereby he will submit. So that is the kind of character we have there, and I think it's a good thing. But they deprived him of it. I don't know. You see, Nigeria sometimes we do things that we think too much about our own personal gain. And these two candidates, APC and PDP's candidate, they are all just self-indulgent. They shouldn't be there. What has Atiku got to offer that he could not, encourage a younger man to do, or his prodigy to do? What has this Tinubu got to offer that he could not encourage one of his prodigies to do? He could have sponsored somebody to do these things, but no, they want to endorse themselves. One of them could have sponsored them. What's his name, Peter Obi, or do any other person. But they just want to indulge themselves, and this is what the country is revolted by. This is why they are all rushing to Peter Obi. And okay, if we go to Peter Obi now, with all his good qualities, yet he has moved from party to party to party. Here in the UK, that is considered a very dishonorable thing because there was really like, how did you make your first decision? That you didn't know the situation of the party before you joined in the first place. You made a mistake with the first one, you made a mistake with the second one, and you moved to the third one. You see that those are questions. This is why when people badmouth Wike for whatever reason, you have to understand loyalty has to count for something too. You have to be able to make a decision and live by it. This is what they call accountability.
Tonight, my brother, you see, the UK and Nigeria, they are different in the sense that not just the UK, including US and some of these countries in the Western world. It's more of ideological party setup, whereby you have conservative, you have even socialist, you have all that. In Nigeria, which one is conservative and which one is socialist or liberal? So it's not the same. You cannot use the same example because in Nigeria it's just like a means of getting elected. It has no ideological, pillar to it. You understand?
I don't think. Yeah, I get where you're
So
coming from.
yeah,
It's true
yeah,
in
yeah.
UK that they are ideologically driven, the parties. However, this my comment has nothing to do with ideology. It's about choices. You look at the party, you decide that okay, this party looks pretty enough. You know, it's like when you're going out with a lady, you decide yourself whether you're going out with the lady or not. When you decide to do it, you go in and something goes wrong. You have to take responsibility. You can't just blame the party or blame the lady or whatever. It's not only that you have to take you because you made a decision. It's a choice that was made. So you
Do,
have to
do,
own
do
up
we
to that.
prefer do we prefer someone who is loyal to their party in Nigeria or loyal to the interest of the masses or the people, the general public?
Whenever I've had Wiki talk, I don't think he talks too much about the party. People, I don't know why somebody accuse him of talking too much about the party. He does say he's loyal to the party, but when he talks about the people. Why do you think he got so much support in the north? This guy talks about the people more than any other person. He keeps talking about who cares about who is who, and this
No,
is
I
this.
said
And the people are
loyalty.
the ones
I said
suffering.
loyalty.
Oh no,
Loyal.
loyalty. I think to him, loyalty
Mr.
means
Bidi, please, no interruption on Mr. Tunaja again. Allow him make his
mm,
submission smoothly, please. Thank you.
it's okay. I think to him, loyalty means being able to live with your decision and try to make the best out of it. Because if you are in a party and every time anything happens that you don't like, you're thinking about going out of the door, who is going to fix that party? It's like a country. If you're in a country, every time something goes wrong, you jump out of the country. Who is going to fix the country? There has to be that character that says, you know what, things are tough. We stick it. We stick it through thick and thin. When things are bad and when things are good, there has to be that kind of character because that is what they call delayed gratification. You can't expect gratification every time. You have to invest for the future. You have to work and expect, and this you have to go through difficulties to get to good times. This is what you have to inflict on yourself. Otherwise, nature will inflict it on you anyway, and you get nothing out of it because then you didn't plan. That is what he is doing, and there has to be some credit to that kind of character because if you have a country where many of us are giving up on the country and running away, when other people in those countries that we are running into did exactly what Wike did. In other words, they stuck it in their country and fixed their country. And we have to reward that type of behavior. Wike talks about the people, that's a fact. So I'll move on from that one. In terms of security, somebody once said something here about working with Americans. I don't know where that kind of thought comes from. What makes you think that Americans are not fully aware of what is going on in Nigeria? They are fully aware. They don't even care whether you elect. As long as you elect somebody that will do their bidding, that's all they care about.
That was me, and at some point, I want to have a dialogue with you on those two
Mm,
issues. One on that,
mm,
and the other one. Okay,
mm.
so go ahead.
Americans are pan-European right now. They are not pan-African. Make no mistake about it. They are there to defend the interests of European people all around the world, from Australia, New Zealand, Canada, in the EU, everywhere. That's their purpose. There's a reason why NATO is made up of such countries. So let's not make the mistake that they are in any way pan-African. If anything, is the opposite. They take advantage. Africa is the backup of the economy. Black people are the backups of the economy. The reason why our countries are weak today is probably due to them. Because if they wanted it to have done well, they would have encouraged it. Where do you think all our monies go to? Into the accounts. Which companies are reaping all the natural resources from Africa? Western pan-European companies. So when we run to the people that are responsible for our problems, then that is a serious, ones need to have a serious check on what they are thinking when they do that. Look at what they do to black people in that country. They make sure that those black people remain disempowered, and they make sure those people remain somewhat separated from the continent, because they know if those people merge with the continent, it's going to mean that the continent will strengthen them further and black people will be stronger for it. So let's not make the mistake. This is a world that is controlled from family, clan, tribe, nation, race. And the way the world is working right now is based on race. If we don't understand that, you are not going to be able to engage in the conflict that is coming in, that has been hitting us all this while. Let's face it, that's what's been hitting us all this while. So don't run to the people that enslaved our forefathers, that colonized and impoverished us to fix your country. Like Wike is doing, you
Okay,
have to stick it out and do the hard work yourself.
yeah, let me come in here on those 2 points that I mentioned earlier. The United States is not like a monolithic administration all the way from the beginning of it to now. There are administrations that come into play. You have a Republican administration, and even in that, you have subgroups of that republicanism. Then you have the Democratic administration. But in essence, you also have the executive branch that wields the foreign policy. And the character of that particular president means a lot. If his outwardly view, okay? So that's where you have to be able to have a lobbying group. Okay, if you take a look at what happened in Iraq, for example, that is exactly where we are today. It's true that our president is not as objective and projecting power like Saddam Hussein was, but it's the same thing. It's a Sunni government that was dealing with the Shia in Iraq as a religious nemesis, and then other minorities like the Kurds and everything. So Saddam Hussein at that point was trying to do hegemony of the Sunni, the Iraq Sunni. So he was all over the place, including bombing. I'm just going to fast forward it, bombing Israel, taking over Kuwait, doing all kinds of things. He had Britain there as a client state. So in the United Nations, he had it tight. So he was almost like he's stronger than the United States. And he was doing that with the Democratic administration, just like we have now Biden here. But George Bush then came into the scene. Now, you have to remember, just to go back a little bit, George W. Bush's father also had a skirmish with Saddam Hussein, but he didn't go all the way to remove him from power. However, unfortunately for Saddam Hussein this time, the Al-Qaeda terrorist group, just like we have in Nigeria, went ahead and bombed the towers, Twin Towers in New York, here in the United States. So that gave George Bush a chance to deal. But he didn't do that in a vacuum. There was a guy called Shalabi from Iraq who was here in exile in the United States. It's like a dentist or something like that. So they were able to lobby successfully the Bush administration to escort them home. That's how they did it. They were able to liberate their country. George Bush bought into it. And he sent some military together with Iraqis who were in the United States to go home. These are Shia, who are incidentally the majority. Now, you have to know that when elections were conducted in the 80s, 90s, Saddam Hussein got 97% of the vote, even though his sect were a minority in that country, but it looked like they were the majority, the Sunnis, just like we have in Nigeria, the Sunnis. So I'm telling you, they went over there and they were able to capture Saddam Hussein and put him on trial. The United States did that. Britain, playing the same role they played in Nigeria, had Iraq as a client state. They had no choice but to join Bush because Bush was determined to deal anybody, including the United Kingdom, which is a very small country compared to the United States. UK is like California, both in population, 50, 60 million, and in the GDP. You have to understand that the United States is
I think you've said so many things that you don't seem to understand. Let
me just finish. Can I finish?
Okay,
because these are facts. There's nothing to doubt about. These are facts, historical facts. Because you made the statement that the United States, it's somebody who should not lobby. No, the United States is different from Britain or the EU or whatever. The United States truly has three branches of government. For example, in South Africa, when the administration of um, Ronald Reagan didn't want to play ball because he probably prejudiced in some way, the Congress, even Los Angeles County, California, was able to bring South Africa to its knees. That's how apartheid stopped over there. You have to lobby these people. America is so big that New York alone can deal with Nigeria. California alone, Los Angeles can deal with Nigeria. That's how big America is. I mean, the problem we have is Britain, not just the government of Britain, but companies, oil companies. They have no oil aside from the little patch they have in Scotland. But they own the three, four largest oil companies in the world. Guess where that oil is coming from? So that is what the problem is. It's a very simple problem to solve
Mr.
if
Pansat,
we
I would have to come in, Mr. Pansat.
sure.
Respectfully, you have, totally gone out of line of today's discussion. You see, but discussions like this are very open by 5 p.m. Even today, we'll be having a discussion by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. You could bring all of these facts, bring all of these opinions, bring them all by 5 p.m. This will be discussed. We are in line with, we have a
Very well.
topic that we are already on. And
I
newspaper
agree.
review
Thank you.
originally is from Monday to Saturday, and it is for just 1 hour. I have been gracious enough to extend this for almost 2 hours. So
You did
I
absolutely. I appreciate that. I'm sorry. I've
yes,
stopped
and
there,
I
but
still have. All right, thank you.
I wanted
Thank
to
you.
talk
No,
to these
no,
two
no, no, no.
Niger
I,
folks.
I,
Yeah.
this is acceptable. This is welcome, and I know Mr. Tunaja is very, very capable. To go on with you respectfully. I still have 5 people down the line that has been waiting for their turn to speak, and I still would have to come back to each and every one of you, my panelists, to give your submission. So please, I'd like for you to, keep your these conversations, these discussions for much later in the evening. And I am saying this respectfully. I hope you don't take any offense, and I hope my tone is not degrading in any way, please, sir. Mr. Tunanja, I remember I asked you a question even before it was your turn to speak. I said, with the way APC is on to PDP shamelessly. They are coming to beg Wike to join the party. That's just to show that it is not business as usual for the election. Do you not also think that Wike's no? Do you also not think that Peter Obi's camp, should do much more to sit up and not just relax and telling people to just get their PVC? Yes, we know that there is power in PVC and your voting right and all of that. But do you not, share sentiments with me that they have to do much more than just PVC at this point, Mr. Tunanje?
I agree with you on that 100%. I feel like the Peter Obi party, which is Labour, has got a free run at the moment. Atiku is in somewhere in the Middle East. I don't even know where he is, and Tinubu is in France. So they have
Tinubu is
a
back to
free
Lagos.
run.
He's
They
back
should
to
be
start.
capitalizing
Tinubu is
on
back
it.
to Lagos.
They should be
Okay.
capitalizing on it like massively, so that the other have to be doing a catch up. So while you have the chance, you are the smaller party. You should be capitalizing on it, running the circles around these people right now. And I hope they learn some lesson from it, because if they don't, when the other parties come in, they will start throwing more. They're probably doing their own research now. All the more they are going to throw, they're going to cause confusion all over the place. And from what I gather, Big Brother is a big deal in Nigeria. That could distract people too. So right now, while the sun is shining, they should have been making a lot more headway. But politics is politics, so they probably know what they are doing. And sometimes I fear that Peter Obi is not a strategic politician. He doesn't think
Really?
strategically. Uh-huh. So that's my concern. Because if he did, he will be running. He will be on. He will not disappear from TV. He will be on TV every single day. Everybody will have him in their mind right now. So, but he seems to be laid back, and for whatever reason, I don't know. But I think he actually believes. He probably believes that the establishment is on his side, like the Obasanjos, IBBs, and all those people, because those people don't want this old guard, and APC knows they screwed up. PCP knows they screwed up too. Both sides. That's why they're all rushing for a weekend now. Both sides have screwed up so badly. They went down and elected two old people that don't have anything new to offer to the country, when they could have easily gone for better candidates. There are better candidates out there, but they didn't do that. This is a price they will pay. And in a way, it's a good thing that Peter Obi was there as an option, because Peter Obi was in Labour. That meant that people had options to move to Labour. And it turns out that one of the strongest groups that will move to Labour is the Southeast, which is a rightful thing for them to have, because now Peter Obi will give them a voice, because there are so many dimensions to this. The Southeast has felt marginalized for a long time. Many of them were talking about Biafra and all the rest of it, but Peter Obi now has taken the focus away from that. And if Peter Obi's election alone will bring the Nigerian family back as a stronger entity. Because right now there are some, one third of Nigeria is thinking, oh, I don't care for the country and all the rest of it, maybe even more than that. But if the Southeast has a president coming, just by that, it's equivalent to an Obama presidency in the US, where he's just by being elected, the symbolism that a black man could be a president of the United States was broken. That spell was broken. And if an Igbo man is elected as a president of Nigeria, that spell too will be broken. So it's a powerful thing, and you can see the passion behind this Peter Obi is very, very, very strong.
All
And
right.
and I think that matters for an election, because it means that his own voters are more likely to go out to go and vote. They will mean business to go and vote than somebody that is going to hold their nose to go and vote for Tinubu, or hold their nose to go and vote for Atiku. So that is what we are dealing with here. But they need to capitalize, and if they don't, it's not going to get anywhere. So, but for me, my own issue is security. I keep saying it. When we are getting the security we paid for in this country, let's not mince word about that one. We should not even
So
get confused. You were saying?
your line was breaking earlier, so I
Oh,
was
sorry.
saying
Oh,
that
sorry about that.
what was
Yeah.
that. Okay,
No.
Mr. Tunaja, you've had the most time on the platform today. I'd like to move on to some other person. I'll come back to you again. I promise you. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. That's fine.
Mr. CM, good morning to you, sir. Thank you for waiting. How are you, and where are you joining us from? Please unmute your mic.
Okay. Well, it's almost one moment. One moment. Okay, I will say good afternoon because it's getting to 11:58 now.
Good
Can
afternoon, sir.
County Durham, UK. So, I would like to.
Okay, I would like to say something before you do. Please, guys, those in the comment section, please just take out a second to like this broadcast. I am pleading. I need your likes. I need your likes. Support me, encourage me, Ima, by liking this broadcast. But please do the needful. And somebody said something for you, Mr. Tinaja. He said you said something about, okay, just hear this. To be honest, Wike would want to join APC to pay PDP back, but the problem here is Amechi is one of his major enemy. He would give APC a condition that will make Amechi less important. I talked about this at the beginning of this broadcast. I said I watched an interview from one of the PDP guys, and it was saying, and they said that how would they manage Amechi and Wike in the same party? And he said that if Wike is going to give them the votes that they need, why not? That Amechi is a party member, is loyal to the party, and anything that would bring about the success and growth of the party, Amechi is down for it. So you see, these people, they don't care about you in there; they care only about their agenda. That is for due time. Okay, that's about that. Mr. CM, please make your submission. I would like to ask this question, Mr. CM. Do you see a possible a coalition of PDP and APC coming together? Because I think right now they might just want to dump their agenda and just make sure that um you know their predictions, or just to show Nigerians, yes, just to prove to Nigerians that the power is in their hands and the power is not in with the people, by coming together and making sure that they win this election at all costs against Peter Obi, because Peter Obi right now is standing for the people. That's the only person amongst all these presidential aspirants that is there for the people, whose manifesto, whose everything is for the people. So they might just want to take the power away from the people by letting them know that the power is still with us, Mr. CM. Do you see a possible coalition of APC and PDP against Labour Party?
Well, what that will mean is Atiku and Tinubu in one party with one distance is not possible. It will
And you know,
also
this is in Nigerian politics. Anything is
yes,
possible. I
I'm
think that's
coming.
one thing.
I'm
Okay,
coming.
I'm sorry.
We Nigeria is evolving. I see that it will also mean Amaechi and Wike in one with one ideology or going or with one party if they merge together if they merge. You see, it's not possible for obvious reasons. It's not possible. You know, the thing is that if they should contemplate that, they're only empowering the people. Remember, Nigerian people are no longer fools. Somebody said that this suffering that the youths, everybody is complaining of, say it's more in the north, and they are beginning to regret that the Buhari, their own, they voted, made things worse than even when Jonathan or Basanjo was in power. Do you know what that means? People are complaining. They say, look, we put our own to be able to make things easier for us. Now is the worst. Under Obasanjo, no, they weren't slaughtering people like this in the north. Under Jonathan, we all know it. So the people there, they are not fools, irrespective of the fact that because of Islamic religion, we may think that, oh, they are backwards. But they can see reality staring them in the face. That's why they are rooting for P2B. So telling me that they will use this their old trick of you maybe you play one religion against the other like Kwakwanso is doing, it's not going to work. Because the problem is the insecurity alone has made people to understand that look, keeping these people in power will make things worse. The hunger, which is more in the north than in the south. People of Benue State voted massively for APC. They ended up having refugee camp. What does that tell you? The people of Plateau voted massively for APC. They ended up having their towns and some of their towns and villages, their names changed and driven out. Same with Adamawa. You know, sometimes want people to bring this down to the level of an average voter, what the person is thinking, irrespective of what the person is being told. So I know it is easy to use political permutation. Maybe some political scientists will concoct one. I mean, sort of enunciate one doctrine and come and explain it here. Everything is. But think of the average voter. Why do you think, for the first time in the history of Nigeria, a presidential candidate is not offering money and people are following him? Why? Has it ever happened before? It hasn't. People are following him and they are willing to spend on his behalf. It hasn't happened. Something has got to change. The level of deprivation and hunger in the country is making people to think twice. You are not secured and you are hungry. The government is not doing anything. And this is a government you have to bring to power. Yet you are worse off for it. You must think twice. So the idea of the marriage of APC and PDP, to me, I mean, that is in the wind. It won't work. Even if they decide today, although there's no chance for two parties to emerge anymore because they can only form alliance. But if there is merger, even if INEC allows it, it won't fly because the momentum, people have seen the light and they are following the other way. Yes, somebody might say in those days, if you get an Atiku, for all his popularity, people are praising him since 1992. What vote did Atiku score in Adamawa in 2009 compared to APC? And yet, this is your home state, and the people see you as a formidable former vice president. The PDP strength is in the southeast and south-south. Full stop. When these two zones has been wronged, look at Wike and then look at Obi, and Obi is more popular even in the south. Take Edo State for instance, Edo Delta, and who knows by extension down to Bayelsa. Not to talk of the southeast that want their
Mr.
son to.
CM, could I interject and say that do you think that Obi is popular in Edo State? We know he's popular in Edo State, but I think that the Labour Party, including the chairman of the party, come from that area, that section of the country. So, how much do we attribute um, Edo's support, which is very, very important. I just want you to know that one of the dynamics here is that South, especially Edo, is very important in what's going on. So go ahead. I think that you should address that point. Is Edo coming in here altruistic? Are they're doing it because the Labour Party, I think, has a lot of strength over there with Party Tommy and so many others in that party. Thank you.
I think Edo is popular for Labour Party and P2 because of the gospel P2B is preaching. Remember, when people want to talk, they say, we've seen the man. This is our man. So Labour is relatively a small party before, because people, apart from Ondo State, where it made sense, where it was able to elect a Mimiko then as governor, later it faded off. But because of the what P2B is preaching, remember, parties go out to give out money. P2B is not giving out. Nobody goes into Labour Party with the intention to be giving maybe a penny. The thing is because they've seen that this is the man that can tackle our problems so that we can get something doing. The average voter in Edo, I don't think they are looking for money. Otherwise, they will be flogging to APC, where the money will be there for them. But they refused. So that tells you that the average Edo voter, and by extension, those that are clamoring for Labour Party, they're enlightened. They've seen light, and they feel that this is the place to go to. So for that, just to back to what I'm
Right,
saying,
right. I
the,
agree with that. I concur
yes,
with that.
yes, for Atiku, because people arrogate to him, oh, Atiku. The strength, as far, unless we want to deceive ourselves, the strength of PDP is southeast and then south-south. PDP in the northeast, whether Atiku, despite Atiku being there for this since 1992, they are not getting anything. They are not getting anything. In the middle belt, yes, to some extent, like Benue and some areas, because the upper north may go with APC and some other ones. Then in the southwest, because of the new alignment we are forming now, and then Tinubu coming with all his baggage, it is true that my my Yoruba brothers, some may be diehard, coming to praise, maybe say like, okay, well, let's vote her because he's one of us. If you had told the Yorubas to bring out a candidate, they can never think of Tinubu. I'm telling you the truth. They can't. Because to an average Yoruba person, when you go using an name check, you say, look, this is the man. They've produced politicians like Bola Ige. Bola Ige is not rich, but he has a lot of followership. Falaye, we know them. These are the frontline Yoruba politicians. They don't have money, but Yoruba believe that when they speak, they say Omoluabi. When you see somebody who is sound, they respect the person. They will tell you that, oh, Bola Ige, Bola Ige, Bola Ige, Abraham Adesonia. They don't have money, but these are their first 11 because they are going to do things that the way it should be. But for Tinubu, with all his baggage, okay, imagine up till now, somebody came on Arise News to say Tinubu should tell us what his name is, how old he is, his certificates, and then his cases in America. Imagine saying this against a presidential candidate. Imagine. You can't say how old Atiku Abubakar is. You cannot say at Abubakar, what is your name? You may query some certificates if at all you will query it, and then all the other things. P2B, you can't say P2B, how old are you? Where is it? What is really your name? You see, this is what goes to the character, to the heart of the matter. Money or influence can be secondary. So to that extent, Wike, APC going to Wike, I don't know. But one thing I want to point out is if there is anything, maybe Wike, I don't think he's a saint. He may have some shady deals he's hiding, thinking that, well, if this thing didn't go my way, EFCC might be after me. And that will be another thing. But I don't know. I'm not trying to say it here. I don't have any hand on it. But for him to be dilly-dallying, I've advised him openly on this platform several times. Wike, you should play the politics others are playing. This is Nigeria. Atiku goes in and out of PDP if he favors him. The politics of self-interest, we can play it. The people will follow you. The reason you have to give is Saraki comes in and out. Amwechi goes in and out. Atiku goes in and out. Tambuwa goes in and out. So why can't Wike go in and out? As simple as that. You join Labour Party, retain your sanity. People like you because of you are a one-man squad. The way you fight the federal government with VAT and everything, and you have your facts. Given the fact that you may not have a skeleton in the cupboard, that might be it. You may not have a skeleton in the cupboard. Otherwise, I don't see what Wike is still doing in PDP. PDP is not your father's property at all. It's not.
All right,
So,
Mr. CN. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll come back to you shortly. Mr. Jimo, thank you. You've been on the line for some time now. Thank you for joining in. What's your submission? I asked the previous panelists, I asked, do you see a possible merger between PDP and APC against Labour Party? Because now they now know that it is not business as usual for them, and they are doing everything possible. And in Nigerian politics, there are no enemies and there are no friends. It is all about interest. So do you see a possible merger between these two parties?
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you so much. I believe that the topic of the day has changed a little bit. It will become difficult for everybody now to stay on that topic, because when we see some of the analysis and you want to say one or two things to it, that's why the thing is kind of going a little longer. Before I give the little analysis that I know, I would like to define politics. I'll define politics to be a science that requires logic and strategic planning. It has nothing to do with love or emotion. It has to do with the careful understanding of your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You see, based on this, when we analyze things, we need to be logical, and there should be strategic planning. Politics is all about interest. We cannot probate and reprobate at the same time, or blow hot and cold wind. If let me start with Wike. If Wike was preparing to decamp to Labour, everybody will say, wow, that man has integrity. Wike, that's where you should be. If he's romancing with other party, he doesn't have integrity. Let me give a shout out to my brother to Niger. I mean, I'm very, very, very satisfied with his analysis. I don't know so much because nobody has a monopoly of knowledge. If you are talking about integrity when it comes to politics, Wike is number one that has never moved from his party. Obi has moved to 3 parties. Nobody is complaining about integrity. The man is a politician. He knows what he's doing. He has a problem with his party. In every election in Nigeria, when it's close to the election, there is alignment and realignment by political gladiators. It didn't start with Wike. It has been on since the history of politics in Nigeria. So for us to sit here today and begin to castigate this man, that he doesn't have integrity, why should he be romancing with this party or the other? We have forgotten some weeks back. People on this platform were praying for Wike to decamp to Labour. So I would say it is not fair on Wike for us to begin to bring him down. Whenever it is not for Obi, it becomes a problem with the person. It shouldn't be.
Could I interject, sir, a little bit?
No, don't interject me. No, I don't want to take a question. Let me just finish my analysis when it comes to your
on just a categorical statement.
Thank you. No, I don't want to be distracted, please. Thank you. I've waited for my time because I've been long in this platform, so I know that we need to wait for our turn. So we don't need to castigate the man for romancing with Wike or the other. Let's leave him to do what he feels he can do. It doesn't make him a bad person, because politics is all about interest, and he's looking for where he can stand his ground. Some will say people don't collect money. We don't know the interest of this political party or this politician. You see, anybody that is a politician has interest. If they are collecting money or they are not, you wouldn't know. You will know after the election, not before. So all the people that is moving along now with Labour, We cannot say for definitive that the person is not taking money. You will wait after the election and you see your result. That's where you begin to think what is happening, what happened. That is for that. Then we are talking about the issue of phone. Tinubu is giving out phone. I thought we said on this platform that we should say things that we have facts for, and not just speak to sentiment or because you are not supporting a candidate. Who can tell me here that Tinubu is giving out phone? In election, sometimes the candidate does not even spend money. There are many followers. Some will print t-shirts, some will brand cars, some can buy phones, some can print caps, different things you do for politicians. But meanwhile, you are doing that for a certain interest. Nobody will tell me as a politician that he does something for a party without expecting something. Of course, they do expect something. So for us to sit here and say, Tinubu is giving out phone, for God's sake, Tinubu never said that. The day we will see some cars branded, that was what you said about Wike. That Wike had about, I don't know how many buses that River State money is finished. Come on. Even in governorship election, you see how much people donate cars, brand cars for people. So I would advise, it is my own personal opinion, I would advise that we deal with the things that we have facts for, so that we cannot mislead those that are listening to us. Some people might really take it now that, yeah, Tinubu is just giving out phones. Is that true? How do you know that? Somebody gives money, like I said before. Some give different things. Some even give house. Say, look, take this house and make it your campaign office. There's so many things you can do. So I would advise that we, in most times, stick to the topic of the day. The campaign has not started. The baggages that Tinubu is bringing on board, according to my brother, is not bad. When you get to the debate, that questions will come about, so that we stick to the issue and review these papers in that 1 hour or so, and we are done with it. The last time, I won't forget to say this, there was a day that my brother Tunaja was talking about security in relation to Koremado in England. I was in my sitting room and I was shaking head how people was, bashing him up and down. If you don't know that thing, doesn't mean that it's not true. There is no sane country in this world that will allow its number 4 man, with all the security awareness of the man, to be outside the shore in a foreign hand. Because even if you think that we don't have any security anymore in Nigeria, what kind of security? We don't even have security. But there are some vital ones that foreign bodies are looking for that he has. For that simple reason, he could be charged, he can face his crime, he can face the punishment. But if we can, to bring him back home, to face his charges, because that is what any sane country will do. Thank you for taking your time.
I
right,
have
Mr. Timo,
an answer
thank
to
you.
his question. An answer to his question.
I didn't ask question. I didn't ask.
You asked. This is the question you asked. You said, "Where
Please,
is the?"
anyway, you just go.
Listen.
I'm not replying anybody.
I know.
Thank
You said, "Where is the proof that Tinubu is giving out phone?" You asked it. You asked it.
Do you have the proof? You.
So agree first.
Because you read it on newspaper.
Listen now. Just agree first that you asked that question. I'm not the only person here. Others can bear me witness.
Give the proof.
So at least you've agreed. Go to
the proof.
Listen now.
Let him talk now, Mr.
Go
Jimo.
to one man. Go to one man. See where he displays it that Tinubu is giving out phone. So you go and deal with it, not me.
I posted it already.
Listen,
if
I
the
read,
link.
So the one man show is now your proof.
Please, you said the people should not interject you. I'm answering. If I read an article in the Guardian and telling you say it's a lie, I refer you to Guardian. So you go and deal with Guardian, not me. So go and deal with one man.
All right.
Thank you. No, please let me use 1 second to report that. So if you go to any YouTube page and one man says Tinubu is giving phone, you will come here proudly to tell us that your proof is one man show.
Reference.
Is it one
That is
man
called
that
All
reference.
created
Be
the
right.
doing
video?
research.
All right, Mr. Jimo. All right. Thank you to all
That
the
is called
panelists.
reference.
Please, let's endeavor to make our submissions respectfully. This is not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted to
This is not.
make a
This is
comment.
not a hold
sorry,
on.
the reference needs to be credible, and there is a lot of information online. If you just search Google right now, saying that most of all the things are scams. People are
Right.
just
I agree
saying
with that.
things
Who
without credible
determines what is
evidence.
credible or not?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
determines what is
Hold
credible?
on.
Who
See,
determines?
I
Because
wanted
it
to
has
make
to
a
be traced
statement.
to the source. You can't just say stuff.
Then you go and do that research and trace it and come
And
and tell me it's not
What
credible.
are
But
you
Until
don't
you
come and
do
saying?
that,
repeat it.
until
That
When
you
is
do
you
a,
should
that, you can
do
tell
your due
me.
diligence too. You can't just
Until
repeat
you do
stuff
that,
that could be
then
false.
if
That
I
is
want
a
you to do it,
video.
you do it,
That
then
is
come
a
and tell
video.
me.
It's
Yeah,
not one man that
let's
created the video
let's not
now.
argue the trivial point. That's a trivial issue.
I
On
mean,
the point that he
No,
quoted, Mr. Jimo coming here, and this is almost like a cliche now.
first of all, he denied.
Where,
He never said. He
where
never asked a question.
hold on, there's
that
this
is not the point.
cliche
You are
I have
that
making
not
a
said
statement
anything.
that is
okay,
not verified.
okay, everybody. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Lucky
Please.
Ralph, I've not said anything.
I was
Um,
talking
please,
about the
please,
quote that
please, please, please,
interest
please,
that
please, 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 please. We can do this amicably. We truly can. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. You hear something, you bring it here if you want to, and we'll let you know if it's correct or not. But yes, let's not, give out wrong messages, because this is a very large platform. It houses thousands of people. So yes, I understand what the other speaker was saying, that let's speak facts. But then who guarantees that anything is fact? So if you hear something or you see something you're displeased, there are platforms where you can reach us on. You send a material to us. If you see something, send to us. We will verify and get back to you and display it for every other person here, please.
yeah, I think that's
And
fair. I'm the one who posted.
if you're not fine with someone's opinion, remember that we are entitled to our opinion, please. Variety is the spice of life. We don't expect two people to have the same opinion on things. I mean, if it happens that way, then so be it. But if it doesn't happen that way, then so be it still. Please, let's keep that. Let's, especially this one, my own program. Please, there's gonna be so much love and respect here. Please, thank you. I'll be moving on to the next person, and that is Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, good day to you. This is 2 hours spent already, so please make your submission briefly.
Good day. I don't think mine is gonna be briefly because I've been listening for a long time. I just want to make some point. I'm not gonna take much time. Just
Okay.
some point. I want to make some point. Everybody in the panel, everybody have the right to say whatever they believe. I don't come against people or whatever anybody said. In my own, I always be specific on one or two matters. If you watch me very well, I don't discuss about the Wike, his own business. Everybody have their own way to go their own business. So, but I always be focused on what my own aim is, because all of us are here for one reason or the other. We are here for, most of us want Peter Obi to win, most of us want Atiku to win, most want Tinubu to win. So we're all here for one or two interests. But I want to clarify something. There's these people always talk about when it comes to this election. I want people to be more enlightened about it. When they keep talking about the voting system, where the population is coming from, there's something that people always forget. When people talk about the Igbo, the Southeast they are not big in number. That when they keep saying that irritates me a lot. Because why irritates me a lot? Because at least I have the opportunity to be in the north, to be in the west, to be in the east. At least I've been some area in this country. Then when I look at people population, I begin to ask myself, are these people really sure what they are counting, or are they just making numbers? The problem with Southeast or an average Igbo man, because when it comes to election, an Igbo man don't too much believe in it because they don't work for them. Igbo man, election don't work for them because an Igbo man have something to do. He believe I can run my business. So they don't normally come out to vote or something. Not that because they don't normally come out to vote doesn't make the numbers less. Now, another thing people forget to remember, if you go to Lagos, let's use Lagos for instance. If you remove the citizens, the indigenous there, the next population in Lagos are from east. Then you go to Port Harcourt, you go to Abuja, any side of the country you go. If you remove the citizen, the next population you are seeing there are people from the east. Then if you begin to calculate all those numbers, those people that make all those numbers, I think they come from the east. Imagine when those people begin to vote with one mind and say this is where they are voting, that is going to be massive. So, and when you look at this P2B of a team, people are, for an average woman, like for me, to be honest with you here, I have lost hope when it comes to Nigeria. I don't normally focus on it. It's been long, I don't vote because my own way, I always believe in something. The best thing for me to get is Biafra. It's been my life all day. So, but looking at this, because I know that, okay, if I'm going to get Biafra, I think there's a better way for me to do it now. With the system in Nigeria, it's not going to permit me to achieve that because of most people can't even agree on referendum. You can't even approach them because of their cycle or their mentality. Now, if I have a good government working in Nigeria, it will be easy for me to interact with them. It will be easy for me to approach them. Maybe they can be able to listen to me and say, okay, young man, you want your referendum. Okay, go and talk to your people. We are ready to listen to you. But this kind of set of people here cannot be able to grant me that. Though that is why you see me like I'm agitating for it. I'm not a P2B fan. I don't care about P2B. So for me, it's just because if P2B and this running mate be able to, maybe the system, people that his team, maybe they'll be able to listen to us the way the Buhari government is talking to me, or if it happened to be Jonathan government, during Jonathan government, there's agitation there. Even during Obasanjo period, there's agitation. The way they handle is different from the way this government is handling it. So I believe if they have a good government, it will be easy for me to assess. Now, when it comes to this population, we keep talking. I did my service in Kebbi State. When I did my service in Kebbi State, there is a community the community is called Liba. In that Liba, they have a councillor. And when it comes to my place where I'm coming from, in 3 communities make up that ward, and each community in my place is more bigger than that Liba that even have that council. While we have 3 communities that make up that council, this thing to produce a councillor. But in that Liba, they have a small minor people. So when people begin to talk, and when you come about people talk about the northern and half people, they have population, that is foul. People is as if you want to know the real details, because I've been in North, I follow them to do their PVC or whatever they want to do. The way they vote is different from the way we vote in our side. When it's time for us to go and do this registration card, they can register 10 years old people, they can register 11 years old, and nobody's question. Then when I did my service there, they wanted me to register people who is little 10 years, 11 years. I refused them. I said, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. Then when I went back to East, there was a couple posted for she's from River State. Then she refused to register somebody from my place, people who is already, maybe the next month they will turn 18. She refused to register them. And I said, how can you not register people? But you people can go anywhere and register 10 years old people. So when it comes to this population, I want people to remove the idea. They keep talking about the Igbo people. No, it's just because an average Igbo man always want, when a grant is easy for that person to compete, Igbo people always have this idea that competition is all about what they want. So if you give an Igbo person a good grant for everybody to compete, we are ready to compete. It's just that when people keep bringing people that is not even amount to anything, an average Igbo man can just sit at home and allow other people to go and vote. Not that the population is not there. Now, what I'm saying, when it comes to this P2B, and people keeping this, when they come to television, they will analyze whatever they want, they feel like. I have friends, even people are serving KB State, they see that when I put call on cost them, they always say the Northerners are buying the idea. This idea that people keep talking on television is just on Twitter, it's just on this thing. This is a different thing. If you watch, like the other guy said here, this is the first time. The election haven't started. The campaign haven't even started. It's going to start by next month. People already started this campaign before the campaign. So, and average Nigeria people are doing this campaign in a normal way that is not even done before. People are like the other guy said, this Tunumbu phone of 18, I believe Tunumbu have group who can go and print phone and give to people. It's normal. Like people are going to market, share clothes for under the name of P2B. People are doing poster under the name of P2B. It's the same thing people also do under the name of Tunumbu. It's the same thing people are doing under the name of Atiku, because everybody are chasing one or two things. Most people are doing this thing because they want Nigeria to function. Other people are doing it because they want a contract. Other people are doing it because they don't want ministers. Others are doing it because they want ambassador. So everybody have one or two interests in whatever they are doing. So, but when it comes to P2B, I think majority of people doing it in the name of P2B are doing it with they want Nigeria to work, or they want Nigeria to work. But you can't stop people doing for Atiku. You can't stop people doing for Tinubu because they are not doing it for P2B. This is a plain ground. I just want people to understand that if you know where you want to do, because I think this is the first time Nigeria will be able to say, okay, I have an option to choose. Now we have options. If you feel like Tinubu is going to give you a better Nigeria, okay for you. If you feel like the P2B is going to give you a better Nigeria, it's okay for you. If you think Atiku, because at the end of the day, I hate when people come out and cry. Maybe in the next 4 years, you start screaming. That is when I was in Lagos before I traveled out of Nigeria. When they come out and say Baba, when they start crying and say, you people were the same people who were shouting, say Baba, say Baba. So you have to bear the consequences. Any decision you make in this life, I believe that one way or the other, you must bear the consequences. So that is one thing I'm always sure of. When my community is voting for, when they were voting for Rochas, I told them you're going to bear the consequences. At the end of the day, people bear the consequences. That is how it is. Now, for me, I don't have any problem. This P2B of 18 is not an Igbo agenda. It's not even, this is, as in, P2B have more supporters, I think, outside South itself than any other place. Now, people in the East are like watching the whole thing, how the whole thing is playing, how the whole thing is playing. Then, for me, in Edo, they have a lot of population. In Benue, they have a lot of population. Even in Delta, even some in Lagos, they have a lot of population. Now, Abuja, people are doing their way. But for me, looking at the whole election, I think P2B have a very big chance, because if he can capture Southeast, South, then go to Middle Belt, pick like Benue, Plateau, maybe Adamawa or Taraba, then come to Yoruba, pick like some state, like maybe have 20% or 30% vote from there. Then you go to North, you're with the running mate you have, they can pick, maybe they may not win a state, but they can take like 30% vote from there. 20% vote from there. That's making numbers. You understand? So for me, I don't have any problem. Whoever feel like you want to support Atiku, you have a free chance. You have your way. Do your thing the way you want. But at the end of the day, when things start happening, don't call anybody, because you are the first person. You supported the Atiku. You supported Tinubu. You supported the Obi. So whoever you choose, feel free to do it. So that's my only two contribution for now.
Are we still going on?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi,
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm done.
Collins. Thank you very much. Thank you. We
Please
have
come to
here,
me so I could leave. I wanted to go get ready for something. It's about 4:33 in the morning here.
who is speaking, please? Who is speaking?
Pansat HD.
Oh,
I,
Mr.
I
Pastor.
yes, I just have a couple of
Okay.
things I wanted to say. That's important. After that, then I would exit the stage.
Okay, just give me a minute, please. Let
Okay.
me finish with this. Meeting with APC governors, Wike cannot leave our party. That's a boast from PDP. Says Wike cannot leave the party. Come what may. Doesn't matter what APC is doing, dancing around, notwithstanding what's going on in their party. The spokesperson have come to say that there is nothing happening. Moving on to Punch, Odumeje's adherents declare spiritual war on Soludo. Forgive me. Says Anambra government won't go unpunished for demolishing church building. Governor orders sanction on security personnel who assaulted cleric. APC woos Wike. Fayose leads Fayemi Akeredolu Sanwo-Olu to open discussion. PDP crisis deepens as more leaders move against Ayun. APC VP slots. Boss Mustafa, Governor Lalong's men intensify lobby, and that's for to running mate to Tinubu. Christians, Muslim leaders oppose Muslim ticket. Peter Obi, Dati Ahmed ticket excites Nigerian youths. Eid El Kabir, Islamic clerics harp on fear of Allah, religious tolerance. Tragic Salah, eight fed dead as truck conveying cattle crashes in Kano. Oh, sorry about that. Salah, Buhari, governors, lawmakers, others felicitate Nigerians. Aftermath of Kuje prison attack. Fear of terrorist rises. Boko Haram has superior weapons, says federal government. Oh, this is terrible. This rings bad news. Fear of terrorist rise. Boko Haram has superior weapons, says federal government. It is time for state police. Igbo and Yoruba leaders are stamping their feet and saying the federal government should push and should ascertain the Senate should ascertain, because state police seems to be one of the most effective ways to curb this terrorism and insecurities in our land. Acquire weapons, spiritual powers, advises Amotekun leaders. See, guys, these people they keep saying they are coming out openly. You know how they say person know they talk with all their mouths. These ones are now coming out with all their mouths to say you have to protect yourself. Amotekun leaders come out to say that if it is weapons or if it is juju or anything, if you have a day she's somewhere, this will be a good time for you to put it on, because as it is you are your own security, and that is very, very, very alarming. That is very, very alarming. With all of this happening, you would think that everybody would come together and pick the best man for the job, and not all this canvassing and all this politics. We shouldn't even be crying over a particular fave. No, we shouldn't be doing that at this point, because when this things begins to happen, this not begins to happen, they're already happening. This is already playing out. We are the ones that it is touching and not them. We are the ones. I watched there's this Olori. She did a 60th birthday yesterday. It was aired. I watched it on the news this morning, and one thing I noticed: all of our children, they sent in birthday messages. None of them are in the country. Somebody that did a big party that housed lots of people. None of our children are in the country. They all sent a video saying happy birthday mommy, happy birthday this, happy birthday that. Really? And we are the ones fighting ourselves over these people. Guys, we have to do better. I had to bring this news up there. We won't be deliberating on this right now. We'll be deliberating on this. We'll be having the discussions of all of these headlines today by 5 p.m. Nigerian time today, and that's in a couple of about 4 hours there, but it's just around the corner. So I needed you to see what have an idea of what we'll be talking about much later today. So when I come to you, make your submission very brief. We have gone way, 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 way past our time. Way, way, way past our time. So, guys, please keep the emotions and the contributions and the opinions for much later.
The same,
Mr.
the same thing
Pansat,
I was
you
told last night.
Yes, thank you. I think I've been recognized here. Let me first thank everybody. Mr. Jimo, my comments will be directed at what you said earlier. You described what you know as politics. When I was in college, I guess the way I would describe politics is war by other means. That's what politics is. But the case of Mr. Wike, we all love Mr. Wike's mannerisms, the way he talks and everything. But let's look at it objectively. Remove everything. What is it that he's doing? He's been stabbed in the back by Mr. Tamboa, who has been courting for over a year, 2 years. Actually, in prior election, primary, PDP primary, he supported Tamboa with money and spirit and everything, and talked about him as his friend. Over here, this time around, Tamboa voted with Atiku that put Atiku over the top. Now, I know that Abia State gave Wike their support, and 2 other states in the southeast and others. But so we have to look at something. I'm going to generalize it this time. When it comes to the south, right? Like even with what's happened with Obi, like I said earlier, it's not just the Igbos gaining from that. Like I said, the Labour Party is not doing this out of love for the Igbos. The Labour Party is gaining with Peter Obi, and Peter Obi is gaining with the Labour Party, putting them on the map. So let's not be condescending whenever it comes time to talk to the Southeast. You just boisterous talking nonsense, because Igbo is a major tribe in Nigeria. when it comes to, I look at Onagen, who was the Chief Justice, the way he was removed. Even Falana wrote an article supporting that. That was an illegal manner to remove somebody from office without the Senate voting on it. When you look at other people who come from the South, the way they're discarded disrespectfully. All right, it's not us. We support. If you look at the election of Jonathan, the Southeast gave Jonathan percentage-wise more votes than Bielsa and all that states over there. We always look at South as our own, but when you have a few people like this gentleman who owns this, who's part of this forum, he's just disrespectfully talking to people as if you are the Igbos are your little minority. You know, Igbo is a major tribe. Get that through your head today. Major, perhaps the biggest tribe in the country. So they could be jealous of it or talking nonsense, but it doesn't matter. You're not doing anybody any favor. Obi is not an Igbo candidate; it's a Nigerian candidate. So if you're supporting Obi, good for you. He's supporting Obi because he's good. I have nothing to gain from it. So I want us to work together, but like I said earlier, the way I win matters to me. If Wike is going over there cooperating with the enemy and they slash him, well, I'm not going to be here trying to build up a strong man. They cut him down to size, disrespectfully, disrespecting all of us. So you could mold it whenever we're talking about it. It's like me talking about a Kurimado or somebody like that from the Southeast.
Mr. Pansat,
Yeah.
please, we've come to the end of the show. Please just give your 5-second submission to Nigerians watching this broadcast.
Okay, what I'm going to say is that this is a revolution coming, and we're going to come together, the youth. Let's do this. Don't wait for anybody so you could beat up on them and they won't exercise their right. As a strong black man from the Igbo tribe, I'm not going to put up with you talking to me anyhow just because we want to do the right thing. If you don't want to do the right thing, don't do it. But I'm going to exercise my full right as a man. So if you insult me, I'm going to insult you back. If you're going to try to build a strong man, I'm going to reject it. Let's get this thing built on truth, science, specifically. We can do it, and we're going to do it. If they rig it, we get on the streets and form a government in exile. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Pansat. I want to assure you that it won't get to that point where we would have to insult each other because it won't be allowed here. Any insult from one person, the person gets removed. I would like to believe I have really matured audience and sensible audience here. So thank you, Mr. Nsibidi. Thank you for your patience. Please give your 5-second submission to Nigerians watching this broadcast.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, I think I will just say briefly that some of us still have this notion. I hear some people talking and they're saying Obi is playing whatever politics and is not strategic and all that. It just shows our how do we say it? Let me use a nice word, but it shows that some of us are not following, properly, because that's the same thing they said when the man left PDP. A lot of people came out screaming that, oh, his
Mr.
career is
Nsibidi,
over.
Mr. Nsibidi.
Yes.
No, we are done with discussions. I just want your 5-second submissions for Nigerians watching this
Yeah,
broadcast.
that's what I'm trying to do, but I just want to. I'm not going further than that. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, people should realize what is happening. Obi is moving strategically, and if you don't know by now, then I don't know when you will know. He has proved over and over again. Obi is not playing the conventional politics that does not mean he's not moving strategically. And if he's having support, whether from Obasanjo or Babangida or from wherever, that should show you that he's definitely more strategic than you might want to give him credit for. And that's just the thing. And let's avoid this. I keep saying it, that all this tribal, this thing that some of us keep doing. You think up till now, some people still are there thinking that an Igbo man is your issue. where they are telling you that something is coming to, to threaten all of us collectively, and you're still there looking Igbo that, Igbo this. I think people should just be wise and know what is on ground.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that. Mr. Tunanger, are you still with
Hi,
us?
yeah, I'm here. Thank you for having me. I'm glad I took part in the discussion. What I would say is, I think we as Nigerians, we want to have a stake in our country. I think when people start having a stake in things, they tend to
Please,
care
your five
about.
seconds submissions to
Oh, it's 5
Nigerians.
seconds. It's 5 seconds. Did you say 5 seconds? Sorry, I can't hear.
Yes, Mr. Tunanger, I said 5 seconds.
5 seconds is impossible. Okay, bye.
Oh, thank you. Okay, okay, just say something briefly.
5 seconds Nigerian time now. Maybe that's like 30 seconds.
My people, Mr. Tunanger, please
Exactly.
briefly, we
Okay,
really
so
are stressed.
okay, I would just say the people need to have a stake in the system, in their government, because if you have a stake, you care about how where it goes. You know that anybody that has invested in any area, like me now, I have interest in Nigeria because I also have things there. So you care about the outcomes. People should be taking a stake in the government, and they should be bringing power to themselves. So I will try to keep it brief at that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tunanger. Thank you. Really appreciate. Mr. CM, please.
Okay. My parting shot will be to say that to ask Nigerians, if you are happy since this government came to power, say the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, continue to vote for APC. But if you feel that you can't take it anymore, join the OB movement. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much for that, sir. Thank you. Mr. Jimo, please.
Yes, thank you very much. My last, let me put it this way. Nigerians, we know the hardship that we have in this country. But during the campaign, every politician candidate will come and tell you the problems of Nigeria. Look carefully, listen very well, and see the one that has solution to the problems. Don't listen to emotions or sentiment. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Jimo. Mr. Collins, please, your submission to Nigerians.
I just want to use the opportunity to thank everybody and also wish everyone a happy weekend. That's all.
All right, thank you. A happy weekend to you too, and happy Salah to the Muslim faithfuls. Mr. Lucky Raf.
Yeah, Kachi. I thought what you're supposed to do before concluding this thing is to look for someone who have not said anything. The person will speak before you say you are concluding the program. I think is not right.
Okay,
Do you
Mr.
hear me?
Lucky. Yes. I suppose you're speaking for yourself.
No, I'm
I am.
talking to you. I'm not speaking to myself. I said
No.
before you say concluding of
I
the
suppose
program,
you are
you will
speaking
have
for yourself. You've not. You. This is the first time you're talking today on this platform.
which first time I've been this platform. I have 2 subscriptions in this platform.
No, that's not what I'm
Is this
asking.
today
I
you are
mean, I've
hearing
not.
about
No,
Lucky Raf?
Mr. Lucky Raf, this is not catchy. My name is Ima. This is not catchy. Or Staples
Okay,
broadcast.
Ima,
This is Ima.
what I'm saying is before you conclude the program, you should look for someone who have not said anything and
Okay.
ask the person to speak.
Okay. Mr. Lucky Rap, I'm sorry I didn't give you the opportunity to speak. That was an oversight on my part. I thought everyone here had, I've had something to say. I'm sorry about that. It's not in my nature and it's not my modus operandi. I'm sorry about that. But you see, this
Thank
newspaper
you.
review is
Thank you. I understand.
10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and I have given you guys so much of my time. It's almost 3 hours, and I'm doing this for the love of the people and because these issues are sensitive. So I am not being selfish or wicked or as you think it. Or I'm sorry about that, but I've also given
No,
myself or
at
given
least I'm
my
already
time.
1 hour. I'm already 1 hour now listening.
Okay,
That's
I'm
what I'm
sorry.
saying.
By 5 p.m. By 5 p.m. You know how it happens here. I'm sure you've been here for a longer time. You know how it happens there. If you're clicking early enough by 5 p.m., you have the slot to to talk for as much as you want to. I'm really really sorry about that, Mr. Lokira. So please just say something to Nigerians.
If I cannot have 1 minute, I don't think there is need for me to say anything.
I think she has given you the chance to say it, and
Mr.
go ahead.
Lokira, you could just go ahead instead of saying that. You could just go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. I want to speak on integrity matter. That's is it you, Niger, or someone speak about? I think integrity. You are defining integrity in a different way. Integrity is quality of being honest and having strong moral principle that you can't change. And that is why people are talking about, please don't interrupt me, please. That is why when we talk about emotion, we end up doing the same thing we are complaining about. When you speak, I can feel the emotion in you. And if we want to do things sincerely and honestly, the way people will learn something from what we are talking about, we drop every emotion, drop every self-desire, drop every interest, and speak. There is difference between fiction and facts. When you sit down and analyze something and come up with a story or the way it will fit into people, for people to understand, is different from facts. And that one can work psychologically with people, but that doesn't make it facts. So in this integrity issue, it matters a lot because that is what our government, we lack in government. When someone sees things are going wrong and you stick there in the name of being man of your word or being royal, you try to talk to the people and they refuse. And you have another option to get this, put things straight and change things. You can't just stick there because you want to be man of yourself. You have to look for another alternative. That is what Obi brings to the Nigerian politics, starting from Anambra up to this day. You can't change his belief that you can't buy your way to office. You can't change his attitude of if you buy your way to office, you have already laid a bad foundation. So on this note, because I don't have much time, I want everyone to know and to be able to define what integrity means when and what is putting us in this condition in Nigeria. And I am concluding with this. One of our brothers says, when you vote, remember not to cry tomorrow. Remember when the armed bandits storm your family and kill one of you. Don't cry. When your brother enters school and couldn't finish in 10 years, don't cry. When you go to office to obtain a document and they ask you to pay before you can, or when you go to look for a job and you couldn't get it because you don't have money, don't cry. That is all I can say. May God help us and help us to achieve our goal in making Nigeria a better country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Mr. Charles, I'd like to apologize. Before you speak, if I didn't call on Mr. Lucky, I sure didn't call on you, Mr. Charles. So I am sorry about that. That's not how it happens. Just you guys try to tune in as early as possible. It's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So try to tune in as soon as possible. Mr. Charles, are you there?
Mrs. Emma, I've been listening, but no one
I
have
know.
ever
I'm
called
sorry.
me on. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. Please. By 5 p.m. we'll meet again, and you'll have all the time to speak. So please just say something to Nigerians watching.
Well, the only thing I want to say in this, I've been hearing people have been making a lot of comment is that, but one thing I want to say, no matter whatever sentiment any of us have, our children are not schooling. Our mothers have been raped and kidnapped. There is inflation in the land. The cost of food, everything, people are people's earning are lesser than what they are spending. Imagine someone earning 30,000 naira, but at the end of the month, you know how much you spend. Let us think twice before we choose. Not choose because it's my tribal man or my own person. Let Nigerians be wise. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Miss Emma.
Well, that's a very powerful and that's a touching submission. Thank you for that, guys. Really, 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 this is not a time for favorite. This is not a time for tribalism. This is not a time for where power should be going to or not. This is not a time for entitlement for real. This is a time where we have to just we are here to fix the country. We're here to take back our country. We're here to rebuild. So let's pick wisely for real. Thank you for that, Mr. Charles. Thank you for that. I wish you a good weekend. Mr. Let's Go, thank you for joining in. Please unmute yourself. Good afternoon, happy weekend. You came in really, really, really late, but I only accepted you because it's been a while I had you on my broadcast. How are you doing, Mr. Let Go?
I'm good. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
it's been a while. I hope to see more of you. I hope to see more of you. That's the only reason why I accepted you. Here. Please give your submission.
Thank you.
Give your submission to Nigerians, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity again, and thank you for my fellow Nigerians that are concerned about the situation of our country. And before the last person spoke, the person that spoke said it all. If we did this mistake again, Nigerians, do not complain. Okay, do not complain when you can't farm. Do not complain when your mother, your father cries. Do not complain when there will be another Lekki toll gate. Do not complain when all the prison correction offices in Nigeria is being broken. Today, United Nations, America, UK is advising their citizens to leave Nigeria. So what does it mean for us? We have failed. Today, a country called um, um, Salarinka. Look at what is happening there today. They have invaded their federal government house because of injustice that are going on in their country. And we don't want our country to be like that. So the only power we have now is next year. If you are looking at Labour Party as a Nigerian, you look at these two young men and you want to go for somebody who is 80, 90 years old, you are our problem. The only way we have to get this done is to get our people from the grassroots, encourage them, support them, tell them the implication of not getting it right, because nobody will be there when it happens. Yesterday's victim is tomorrow's survivor. Okay, people that are killed in our war, they were once a survivor. We don't know who will be a victim tomorrow. And let us vote so that things will start to work again in our country.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Lego. Thank you to each and every one of you that were on the panelists today. Thank you very much for your time, for your contributions, and thank you for the oneness too. Thank you for the respect. Thank you for curtailing what would have blown out. Thank you for that. Please, I urge each and every one of you that come on the panel to please make your submissions respectfully. If you want to ask a question, let that question come from a place of wanting to learn or know more, not to cite anyone. Please, this is not a battleground. This is not a war zone. Please, let's do so. Moving on to my commenters. You guys have been very, very engaging. I've had my eyes more on you guys. Thank you to Jacob D, who is my knight in shining armor. Thank you for standing up for me. I truly do appreciate. Thank you to Mataya. Hello. Thank you. Thank you to Michael. I see you. Thank you to Obuka, Ebuka Collins, Ebuka. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Destiny of Biabo. Destiny, you should probably tune in one of these days and teach me how to pronounce your name rightly. I would like to know that. Thank you to Awakalu. Thank you very much. Thank you today. Thank you for Chionye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining in today. Agugwom Victor Ikenna. Thank you. I see your messages, bro. I see your messages. I'll do so. Thank you to Johnson Emmanuel. Thank you. Thank you to Johnson David. Thank you to James Morgan. Thank you to I said Matai already. Thank you to James Morgan. Thank you to Due Time TV. Thank you to Yuki Ebo. Thank you, Bisman. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can't keep going on and on. Thank you to NG. Thank you, Kanayo. Thank you to each and every one of you that joined me today. I really do appreciate. By 5 p.m. today, we'll be having a discussion. Please tune in. We'll be talking about these headlines and much more. More headlines, that just came out. We'll be talking about those ones too. Thank you to each and every one of you. Please take out time to like. To my panelists, before you come on, before you click on the link, please just take out a minute, just take out a second to like the broadcast. And if you check to the other, to the right side, I don't know how it is displayed on your screen, to the right or to the left, there is a dollar sign. Please support us by clicking on it. Support us by sending super chats. Support us financially, support us with visibility, support us all around so that this platform can go far, so that this platform will be accessible, so that this platform will be recommended. And don't forget to share, and don't forget to invite someone on here. Thank you. You know we are doing a good work here. Support us, encourage our work. It's not easy doing this. Thank you very much to the Niger Watch team. Thank you to the Niger Watch family. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and happy Salah to the Muslim faithfuls on here. One love, my people. Please, if you're a Muslim and you've successfully killed, I see a lot of rams running up and down. If you've successfully killed your own ram, please drop your address. We are coming to have our own meat. My people, I will see you on Sunday for newspaper review, but Niger Watch is still on by 5 p.m. and tomorrow again, bringing you updates and news headline. Please tune in. Thank you very much. Bye for now.